She frowns a bit. It would be nice if, during that expedition, you could track down Professor Solstani. It does not sound like she left on her own accord. It worries me. And as much as Castrovel is a civilized place, she is on a different continent. Our police here is helpless. She is, for all intents and purposes, gone completely.
So nothing that's done in Ocula comes back to people to haunt them here? Victor asks tentatively.
Well, yes and no. If you have official permission to travel to Ukalam, then you may do just that. What happens after, as long as you do not harm the wilderness reserve that is the continent of Ukalam, you can get away with many things.
Thaddeus nods happily.
Suffice to say that once you're past to Hollow Point, there will be no security, nor roads, for that matter. Now, if you are to be working officially with the university, I will wire you proper funds for this expedition and await your preparations. I will have to be the one who does the paperwork, as it were. All you have to do is make sure that you're prepared. I've briefly looked through Halkyum-zan's notes, and while I can't really make too much sense of the exact way he went, I think you will be gone for more than a few days, to say the least. Surviving in the jungle for a few days, few weeks, maybe a few months is certainly an adventure to be prepared for. But of course, you're Starfinders. You've done much worse, I'm sure.
Maybe to not. He said void death. He doesn't think the plants are the worst of his.
Yeah.
How bad can the plants on this planet be, you know?
Well, since you are obviously experienced in this field, Doctor, maybe you could give us some pointers of what type of equipment to actually bring. I don't think any of us have operated on such a jungle environment before, so looks around.
No.
Well, there are two primary dangers. There's the ever-present heat and the local fauna and flora, for that matter. The difference between the flora and fauna blends together on Castrovel quite a bit. For the heat, you have suits, armor that protects you for the most part. However, that will require power. I would suggest perhaps bringing extra batteries, or if you want to be safer, as it were, equipment that does not rely on power.
What? What sorcery is this?
Like Victor's ring mail or whatever he has. It doesn't need power.
Yeah. Well, your spear is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, all of my guns but the laser pistol are all analog.
I think she's speaking of magic, though. When I hear not powered, then it's magical.
Well, we're all out there.
I will see if I can requisition some additional gear for you. However, I can't exactly promise you yet what that will be. I will have to talk to my contact in Tuhalu Point. As for the second point of dealing with the local fauna and flora, well, I think you might be more experienced than I in that regard. Suffice to say that things are big on Castrovel.
Well, we did fight that weird space vampire thing in the
I
air
hope there's
ducts.
not more of those in there.
Yeah, that was
Surely not, right?
probably worse things.
How much worse could it be, though?
I don't know, it was pretty bad.
Giant lizard fly traps?
But those you can stab, right? So.
If you can avoid violent confrontation, which will not be easily possible should you wander into the territory of something that would rather you not be there, then you should definitely avoid fighting things. There are also many diseases and poisons, venoms to be considered. However, they are different to the point where any advice I could give you on them would likely be, well, either wrong or irrelevant.
He doesn't like this. So far, whenever anything has ambushed us or attacked, Victor's always been the one to have it in his face. He's a big meal, as it turns out. Yeah, he definitely wants some sort of protection against that sort of thing.
As a side note, the ruins that Halkumzan has found seem to have writing, at least according to his words, that he identified as Ancient Elvish. While that might be utterly wrong, it would still be important that it is a language you understand. But knowing Teslas, I'm sure he does. Teslas nods.
Good. Joe was just having a flash where he had to learn Ancient Elvish, and we would never leave. So.
Now, securing papers, considering your cooperation with the local police, as well as the circumstances regarding Professor Solstani's absence, should be rather quick. I suspect if you think you can leave at that point, you could leave tomorrow, right away.
That's all depends on how much equipment we'll have to buy before we go, I suppose.
You should be able to acquire whatever you think you will need today. Unless you need something particularly exotic, I suppose, in which case it might take a while.
All right. It's a big city, I guess.
Cabaret is one of the biggest cities. On Cashwell, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And after this short discussion, you will find that you have a party fund of 2,500 credits that you may use however you like to prepare for this excursion. Or not use and save.
Huh.
Does she
Heat
have any
protection, you say?
suggestion?
How do we protect ourselves against heat this game?
Heat. There is specialized equipment. Your armor generally has protection against heat. However, it does need batteries. So purchasing extra batteries wouldn't be the worst thing. You will also have to carry rations, most likely.
Can we buy like an android or something that can?
Buy an android? That's illegal.
Oh, I guess it is.
Wow. Tell us, how are you? I mean, that is just. Oh.
Huh?
He said he's gonna just buy an android, man.
Who said?
Like,
we can get an exploration buggy, a large land vehicle.
Vehicles will more than likely simply slow you down.
We need like a mech. We need like a Metal Gear type thing that can
all-terrain transport. Well, that's 8,000. We can get a shitty car, basically.
This is
shitty
what are those Jurassic Park jeeps?
Plus, I don't
or a
think we want
torpedo
that
mini-sub.
big junk.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell me more.
Submarine. Well, it only has one space.
It's like a kamikaze sub.
Yeah, basically. It's
Yeah.
like shaped like a torpedo.
Yeah,
powerful
pretty much.
god.
Jumps.
Looking around here, though, I mean, there's clothing, environmental clothing. Is
I
that
have
something
that.
you'd help us?
I have that. I
What's
think.
the non
battery way of keeping us cool that she mentioned?
Bring lots of ice.
That would be some sort of environmental clothing.
Environmental clothing gives a +2 circumstance bonus to fortitude save against a bunch of stuff, including heat dangers.
That's nice.
I'm pretty sure I've got environmental clothing.
I have.
I don't think it's incredibly expensive.
I have environmental travel
clothing
gear.
costs 10 credits.
Yep.
I don't
Wow,
think I have
okay.
any. I'm pretty sure
I
I have
don't,
just like
but-
normal dude clothes.
Dude clothes.
Is that underneath?
I've been naked this entire time.
Oh no!
I have
It's
I
like
have
that dream I
everyday
keep having.
clothes and personal clothes. So how about I get to have some environmental clothes?
Yeah, why don't we
Yeah.
That seems like something I need.
snass out Victor here a bit?
Does anyone else have environmental clothes or need some?
I need some.
I don't
I have.
What
So
thing
we
is
have
it? Under
2,000.
tech? Is it under tech or
I think it's under other.
other?
I looked at the other stuff, but everything's so expensive. But environmental clothes, like it seems like it's like we do go it's like a jungle hat and stuff. Like it seems so appropriate, right?
You get a fake mustache as well with the jungle hat.
They're under miscellaneous.
Page 231. So how many do I need to
Oh,
buy?
so
Because
they
I'll just do the accounting here.
I need one.
I need one.
I don't know if Tesla's does, so just put it down just in
Tesla's
case.
has.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, me and Grimith bought before
Oh.
we got here, I believe.
Yeah, your armor, if powered, will completely protect you from heat. However, the protection only lasts for a day per level of the armor. After that, it needs to be recharged in a proper recharging station. It cannot be recharged with batteries.
So can we
Now
turn
everyone has
that feature
environmental
off? And I
Sorry,
like.
what?
Can we turn the feature of that of our armor?
Yes,
And
yes,
on
you
again?
can.
Okay. So we're not just gonna get 5 days in and go, oh well, we don't have our armor anymore.
We step in like air condition
Mm,
blasting at
but
full
wouldn't-
effect. That like
but
lasts a
wouldn't
day
we-
and then it's
Wouldn't
over.
we need it constantly? I don't think it's just like not hot.
Well, I imagine
the,
the
like,
night's
heat
gonna be real
waves.
Well,
cold, right?
the environmental clothing helps us. Like we don't.
Yeah, it gives the +2 circumstance bonus and not falling over and dying from it. So, presumably there's some sort of check involved.
And if
Yeah,
we
and using the protection of your armor basically guarantees that you pass the check. Using environmental clothing helps.
I imagine because
Rather
it just
only.
seals you in its like air seal and then
Yeah.
just starts blowing cold air at you.
Yeah, all right. So that's something. I also suggest humbly some more fucking antitoxin because
Yeah.
I think that I don't want to.
I think a
you know,
decent amount of that.
I don't want to be like withered from whatever. Like as a biologist, I know about jungle sicknesses, and I don't want any of them.
It's
I
not
don't know
good.
how sadistic and how realistic this game has gone with them, but
Sadistic.
if it's even close to reality, I don't want any part of that. So let's get some of those things.
All right, I'm gonna listen to the biologist in the group.
Now Victor wouldn't know, but he still doesn't want jungle diseases.
he read one of those articles
He's
online.
like he saw
was
like a
"Oh,
picture
no."
in that book, like one of my people got like a elephantitis worm, and you're like, oh god, no, no.
Just a huge worm growing out of his eyes. Like ah. Yeah.
Egg springer. You're like, I think I need.
Yeah,
Huge
Uh.
egg-shaped pustules that erupt with worms.
we're gonna need rations. That's a thing. How expensive are they?
Let me see here. Antitoxin. What is the price of antitoxin? Can be
I
found
do
under
have-
table 730.
On the ship, 3
How many
meals ready to eat and a week of field rations already bought. But that's
so
not a
you're-
lot. But it's a
That's
start.
not a lot. She said that we could be gone months.
How much are
Yeah.
the rations?
I don't think they're very much.
I'm gonna buy like. I'm gonna say we buy at least five more antitoxin.
How much are they?
Yes.
150.
Oh, that's expensive. But
do we have money in the pool, or are we?
No, we're out.
Alright,
Well-
I'll buy 2 antitoxins for myself.
Okay, then I'll buy 3 for the pool.
Alright.
And I'll hold on my sheet here.
I'll buy 1 for myself as well, but
still buy
how much
3 for the
do
pool.
you-
That's always good to have extras, you know?
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
26 credits, so
I have 82. I'm not buying much for by myself. Victor saw that advertisement with the dragon gland and the guy breathing fire, and now he has one, but he's
Yeah.
completely broke.
I have a stinger in my hand and
You know,
I can breathe in water.
See, that's the thing. We went
Fucking-
out drinking,
Good
and when
God.
you wake up, we have like had surgery and had like animal parts grafted into our bodies.
that is fucking frat brothers. You know what is this?
Yep.
Yeah,
This is shit.
I have gills and I have a stinger in my
Mom,
hand.
so
Oh.
I'm
Victor
now
can breathe
part
fire.
dragon. I'm a
Mom.
part baby dragon now,
I'm
so
cool.
you know.
alright.
Well,
let's have a look.
not
while
great
Telos and Thaddeus and Tacitus, all the T's of the group, bought like really responsible things.
Yeah. New armor, good stuff.
We can buy a bunch of intoxicant.
We could probably find that in the jungle for free.
Yeah,
I-
field ration.
There you
Not
go.
if we burn it down with Victor's
Or-
fire breath.
There you go.
Price 1 per week. Bulk 1 per week. So does that mean that it costs 1 credit to live for a week on field rations?
Yeah, but they're field rations, so you're gonna want to kill yourself after like a month.
Yeah, no. I
I'd
think
rather
the
that
jungle
than
will do that.
actually
I'll
starving to
spend
death.
Yeah,
10
I mean,
credits
definitely.
for 10 weeks of field rations then, I guess.
They are. Bulk is 1 per week though,
Oh God,
Uh-huh.
so we're
Can we
gonna
get
have
a
to
little?
carry a bunch of field
that's
rations.
heavy, man.
Can we
I
get like
can
a
only
little
carry,
hover
like,
boat with that
2?
can carry a crate?
Now, beyond that, there's another thing that Victor definitely wants to, and since he's got the money right now in shopping, how much like for a little like camera drone or something to film our adventure
No.
going into the
No, no,
You know?
can't do that.
because we'll earn that back on selling that as a movie.
Or the ad revenues on our videos.
Let's see. If you want to be
Your-
fancy, could buy a where is it?
You need to
Alright,
bleep
I'm
Thaddeus
gonna
out a lot
buy
though,
my
because it needs to be family
You
friendly.
could buy a
just
spy
swear
drone,
you
but
look
that's
at
going to run you at
Spy
4,500.
Well,
Not the spy drone.
I can pitch in 26.
I have 82. I mean, maybe the guy would like an autograph. Well, I mean, maybe
put up
the
a
university
space
has
program.
like. Do they have like for archaeologists and stuff like documentation things?
They could provide you with a camera. That's no problem.
Excellent. I can
up a
shoulder mount
space
it on my
Kickstarter.
email. Yeah. Tomorrow I
Get-
need to go
get
to
your
the jungle.
fans to donate for your
Mhm.
jungle
We go
adventure.
to our Patreon.
I'm not famous enough for that yet. In the future, though, I could be
Maybe
famous
if we
enough
go to a
find someone who-
suicide forest.
Uh-huh.
Wah, wah,
Oh,
wah.
controversy.
Current events, everyone!
Yes, woo! All right.
Well, about.
Another thing that metagame I would suggest, having the ability to use things like life science while heading into the jungle could prove incredibly useful. And even if none of you have it trained, and even though it's not possible to be used untrained, there are ways, magical ways, called serums. If you look on
Oh,
page
Yeah, but aren't they
200
super
and-
expensive?
25, they run for magic items. Serums run at 475 credits a pop. They are level 5 items, but they would not only give you a bonus to those checks, but also allow you to make them untrained.
I am trained in life science. I have 1 skill point.
So I can also see here that we can hire a professional freelancer
Uh-huh.
for skill bonus ×2 credits per day.
You could hire someone to come with you, yes. You could
Like
also hire a
survival
translator.
expert person.
Or we could just get a doctor and we can deal with the rest of the shit, right? Like if that's life
I mean,
science.
I don't know. Like a doctor, is that a freelancer though? Can doctors be?
I
like
mean,
this?
we
Because-
can hire like, hey, you know what? I work in academia now, and I know for a fact that there are PhD students out there who have no money at all and is just dying to earn money. So we get like a PhD student in biology, and
Yeah,
then
we stick like a flyer onto the board here.
yeah.
It's like, and then we promise a sweet ass after party when we're done with the whole mission thing.
Yep. And
You know, we will also refer you to.
yeah,
we recommend you.
accrediting, you know, for and a research project. So he's
Mhm.
gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna risk my life for this.
Like
can use
I'm
me as a
dying
reference,
anyway
dude.
here, living of noodles. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that sounds like great. We should hire a PhD student
Yeah, in life
like-
science.
in like Ocula biology. That must be a thing.
Okay. Skill bonus times 2 per day.
Now, skill bonus. I assume that's how many ranks has he got in like whatever it is.
No,
No.
what bonus does he have?
Oh, okay. We can hire
So,
like if we get a dude who's terrible and has a 0 bonus to it, we could have infinite numbers of them.
Oh yeah.
And they can just keep rolling until we
We
get
just need all the
something
dropouts.
useful.
who has 0 intelligence and no skills and
High
whatever
rank,
culture.
hard talent,
And then we have
One
infinite-
point in life science, and that's what they've done with their whole life.
So
And we
need-
just
we
get
need
like a cargo
1,500 PhD
Yeah.
students with 1 in life science.
Look, we will buy out your university's supply of life science students.
Well,
I mean,
only
you
if
know,
they're terrible. Though.
we'll take a PhD student in life science to you know, lure him with creditings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that
and,
sounds like a cool thing.
And then of course.
he would run you at 14 credits a day, times 2 because it's fucking dangerous out there.
What?
Yeah, you have to pay them dangerous.
Hazard pay.
Hazard
28 credits a day. That's we don't earn that much.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
Get
quarter
that
up
every
front.
day.
listen, guys, I have a +5 in life science. I
Yeah.
can totally do this.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
thinking more
Yeah.
someone who could carry all our fucking rations, because my god, can we not carry a lot of weeks
Can
worth
we
of
can
food?
we can we get like a dumb animal, like a mule or something, to carry stuff for us?
Well, it would just get eaten, right?
That would protect it.
I understand that they haven't tamed a lot of animals here.
No, they really haven't.
Yeah, but they can bring some
You
from
you could hire people to carry stuff for you, which would run under unskilled labor, but the times 2 hazard pay still goes.
My god.
4 per day. That's 8 per day, which is not terrible for a dude carrying shit. But we also need to bring food for him. Well, do we though?
I mean, if we
His
get
pay
any,
must
if we get
pay
any
for food.
oxygen, he doesn't need food.
Do we have to pay them
Oh,
before
yeah.
or after?
Utilize the market, the labor
If we
market.
pay after, we should just get as many people as we can deserve.
Exactly, and then they can all die in the forest, in the jungle.
Just get what race
Are
is
we
the most
recording it
delicious?
though? We go in with like 40 people, and then we come out alone with like mysterious gaps in the footage.
That's really
Just
funny
do
here.
like that shaky cam, and then oh no, oh god!
It gets
oh my
real
God.
shaky right near the end, where it keeps cutting out every 5 seconds.
And then we're the only people that walk out.
Lone survivor.
We've just been attacked by a swarm of giant mosquitoes.
I like Victor's black,
We're all
super
dead.
bloody. I like no one else, everyone else is fine. Everyone,
Yeah, and we all just look perfectly content.
I don't know. I just don't know how we're supposed to carry enough food per month. We just don't have the. Like, could we? My thought about getting
We'd have to be
people
encumbered.
would be
all the
more
time.
like, what if we got a guy who was like, who could get food from that place, like a dude who could be like, hey, I'm a survival person. I know what to eat in Ukulam. You can bring me, and then not so much food because I can like forage and stuff.
I have
that
a
possible?
+1 to survival, if that means anything.
Victor's terrible at it. He like, you know, that garden we fought in is like the most trees he's ever seen in one place.
I have survival trained. I can survive it for us. I think I have a +9.
I mean, you don't need to eat, do you? Well, I guess you do.
You
yeah.
are the skill monkey. You really are the skill monkey.
Yeah,
being
as
active.
far as finding food in the jungles of Casserole goes, that's pretty damn easy. It's just a matter of finding the one that doesn't poison you.
Oh, okay.
Can I have poison?
Does
you?
having
What's
venom
the skill
in a
to make
stinger in
sure?
my hand make me immune to poison?
No.
I think even no.
Darn.
How? What's the skill to make sure something's not poisonous?
Hang on. Where did you get that stinger? What is it?
No
It's-
questions.
Who knows?
I don't know where
They
it
had it on
All
the.
I know
They
is
had
that
it
it's
on the menu.
retractable and is in my wrist.
So as you go into a place, you sit down, and he's like, he hands you. It's like a tattoo artist. He hands you like a
Hands you the
thing, and you're
little
like,
book.
I want the wrist stinger. You know, the platypus wrist stinger.
Oh,
it's
I
called.
see.
And then he's like, oh, sure thing. The first
Is it-
time you get
is it-
augmented, and you're like, yeah, a little nervous. He's like, oh well, you know, and then.
Is it like you go to the meat section of like the grocery store? It's just a stinger on a
Yeah.
plate there, and you're like,
Yeah,
I want
I'd
that.
like 1 pound of
Yeah.
stinger.
Yes. Oh, okay.
This one was
Yeah,
a few days, then it would be past sales date. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So-
It's like augment before.
like I didn't have money for the big dragon client. I just got like a little dragon. We'll work our way up.
You can upgrade
makes
it later.
sense.
You fucking people.
They're like, hey man, you know that dragon gland you gave me 3 months ago? He's like, yeah. They're like, I love it, I need more.
Take it out, put another one in there. He's like, yeah, sure.
Make it
Let me
bigger.
use it.
Put dragon glands on my forehead, please.
Ugh. So, so really though,
So
like,
I mean, if we have
how
no
the fuck do we
way,
have food?
if I can find food, presumably, I have a +9.
+9 is pretty good.
How much food
I mean,
can we
my
carry?
thought is just then we just have more antitoxin and take the risk.
How much more food can we carry?
I can carry. Let's see, my max. I can have 4 weeks of food in my current bulk.
I can carry 2 weeks.
Was that before you're unencumbered or encumbered?
Now I'm currently at 5 total bulk,
That's total
and
bulk.
I can have 9 as an unencumbered.
Man, you're so strong.
I'm incredibly strong.
I can only have
carry
6. I can
If I
carry
got rid of that damn artillery laser, that would get us a bit of a. It'll get us another week's worth. Well, 2 weeks worth actually. That takes a lot of bulk.
You
to do
can't
that.
store items in your ship.
Can we fly our ship there?
No.
No. It's not only illegal, it's also nearly impossible to land anywhere.
There's like big trees, I imagine. You'd be like that stormtrooper on indoors.
Does our ship have
I mean,
like
I don't need
emergency
a
floaties?
artillery
Can we just
laser
land it
in
on the
there.
water?
Why? I don't feel like I need an artillery laser. I'm gonna, if I put down this artillery laser, I can.
Oh, okay. Actually, I've got 2 weeks of rations I can
Really?
carry.
Yeah, I can carry 2 without being encumbered, and then I
How
can
much
carry
bulk
if
did
I
you have?
if I
How
don't
did
care about
I-
being encumbered, I can
Your
carry.
sheet should calculate it on your own. On its own.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can carry 3 weeks of food then.
Alright. But how
I can
long?
carry 9. I can carry 9 weeks if I am encumbered.
But we still might be able to like figure it out, right? Right?
So
Like,
let's see here. It
scavenge.
costs basically nothing. The difficulty of food is bulk.
Is carrying it, yeah.
I don't want to go right to my capacity. So I am going to take 3 weeks worth of rations here.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a good amount for me to
I
carry.
guess
So I'm going
I
to
do
take
the
three
same.
Yeah. Should we all just carry like 4 or 5 weeks total
Yes.
so that we can
You can't
have?
carry 4
Nah, but
weeks.
encumbered
Yeah.
isn't
Is
being
encumbered
encumbered
really garbage?
crappy?
It is.
It's like you
I'm
just
pretty
die.
sure
You
it's
just lay down,
super
die.
safe.
That's what it does.
Well, overburdened and encumbered are different, I think.
I will carry 3 weeks of rations on me.
Yeah, as a slight tip, perhaps, Halcrimzan's notes do have dates on them, so if you want to retrace his steps, it's easy enough to check how long he took.
Basically, the hope is that on the days where we get extra dinosaur, we can eat the dinosaur, and then when we don't, we have food.
How?
So,
I don't see the dates.
In the Google Doc I linked.
Being encumbered, your speed is reduced by 10 feet. Your maximum dex bonus to AC is 2, and you take a -5 to strength and dexterity based checks. Or you take your armors.
We still have
Okay.
1,517.
So wait, he took 5 months?
No, he started on the 4th month.
Oh.
Oh, alright. So he
So
took
8
a
months.
month.
Okay, so 3
Started
weeks
on
of
the
rations for everyone.
17th day of the 4th month. And ended on the 2nd day of the 5th month. Months have 30 days.
Oh, okay. So it
I'm
was
gonna
like
buy
2 weeks.
I'm gonna buy
2
2
weeks
weeks
there, 2
more.
weeks home. So 4 weeks, presumably.
Now I have 5 weeks worth of rations.
Okay.
I've got 2 weeks worth of rations,
I'm-
but if I
I'm-
I
take
mean,
5
now
from
I'm good,
encumbered.
basically. And whoever I like can also have some.
I'm counting on finding
Your
some
survival?
food. Yeah.
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 I mean,
I can't-
the hope
I
is just we have
cannot.
enough, you know?
I'm a dexterity character. I cannot go to encumbered. That
So
would
am I.
murder me.
I
I
can't.
don't either.
I'm ranged. I can't deal with it, man.
But now we have some food, so I can carry these 5 as I don't have the artillery laser. Putting that in the ship. Sticking it in there.
Give it to the professor.
Hold this.
Have this for your next lecture. If someone gets uppity. you
So
can
what
just-
else do we need, guys? We have money still. Like we have a good amount.
So much money.
1,500 is
We
not
have
a tiny
food, we
bit.
have antitoxins.
Was there like do we have like what was the magical thing we should have?
Well, it let us do
Serums.
things
Like a
untrained.
magical thing. Oh yeah. Should we have
But
some of
the
that?
serum, like, you
Mm,
can still get it. It's so expensive, though. Isn't there other stuff to improve skills, surely? Like, I don't know.
We could also get some really cool bling necklaces and just wear those.
It would look good on the recording.
Exactly.
What about, and I'm throwing this out there, it's kind of expensive, but I think it could be worth it being that we're going into a jungle. A grappler. Like a
Why
grappling
would
hook.
we need that?
I mean,
It's
Can we just
literally a
glide?
grappling hook, man. Yeah, but then we could just shoot it and, like, we could
or
just...
we could just carry some rope and
I've got a whole bunch of rope,
And
but this
climb,
works
you
with
know?
rope.
What about
Yeah.
some
But
what-
serums of healing? That seems like
me and
something we
Victor are both pretty strong. Why don't we need to? We could just hook it.
Because what if we need to go up a cliff?
should-
Yeah, we
guys,
just hook it.
serums of healing.
Yeah, but this would just make
Yeah.
it all quick.
There are serums of healing. Yeah.
I've got a few. Yeah.
That
I
seems
have
really-
2 healings. No, I have 4
Oh,
even.
wait a second. I'm thinking this is something we could just do.
What?
Clear spindle ion stone sustains you by negating the need for food or water.
What the fuck's that?
It's
It's
like
Iron
the
Stone.
stone
They float
that
around your
flies
head and
above
give you
your head.
benefits.
How
And then you
how
don't need to have
They're
Right.
food or water.
slotless magical items.
how price
That's
is
$240.
245.
240.
245 for one.
Oh,
We can buy
Yeah.
five.
For one item.
Easy.
We can just
I'll get one of those. Yes,
and then we don't have to have food or water ever again.
wonderful.
I have
Well, alright.
26
let's-
credits.
Is that available, sheep? It's a level 1 item.
Yeah, it's available.
I'm
Okay.
gonna buy one personally. So
Like
don't
if
even
you're
take it out.
homeless, this is what you save up for. You know.
This
Worth
is-
noting,
alright,
though, that it is an item that, while it's slotless, it floats around your head. It's not something you put in your pocket. It's obvious and can be taken.
Can
I mean,
you take
I'm gonna murder anyone who takes it from me. I'm still gonna bring that food, by the way, because it's incredibly cheap. But I feel like getting like you didn't want one, Halldamir.
What?
So the rest of us do. I imagine Tasselus will want one as well.
No, he wanted one, but he's gonna buy it himself.
Yeah. So I don't count that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy 4 of them.
That doesn't
and then-
count. He doesn't want it.
We'll add one to Tasselus because I imagine that this is something he would also want. So
And the iridescent one means that you don't have to breathe.
yeah, I know. It's great.
Look
Great.
at my world.
Sadly, can't get both, but you
It's
know,
gonna be real
I guess you
difficult.
could.
It's gonna be super difficult for someone to take it when it hovers around your head at 3 inches away.
It's not subtle.
Sheep's gonna introduce the stealing magpie swarm.
Yeah.
Just steals
Steely
items.
magpie storm. Steely.
Yep.
I think that would die here.
I'll just shoot the fucking thing.
All right. So
No comment.
okay, yeah. Now we have one of those each. So, you know,
All right.
I think
I'm
that's
still
I
taking
think
some
that's good.
rations in case there
Yeah.
are steely magpies.
I mean, me too. But,
Still gonna take 2 weeks of rations because that's
Yeah.
what I can without encumbering.
you know, clear spindle.
Yep, I'll take
Yeah.
the clear spindle.
Excellent. Excellent. That leaves us with 535. Can't believe that lady didn't suggest this.
Silly
I just
lady.
need something that negates temperature. That would be, and poison for that matter. Maybe some more of those.
Maybe we can craft a triple iron stone. You know, we mash 3 of them together into one glorious.
Or don't have to breathe. Don't
The
have
other
to
ones are
eat.
dumb. They just do like buff to caster level. Who cares about that
Yeah.
shit? Useless.
Who's a caster?
We that, you know. So you said battery sheep. How expensive are
that's-
batteries?
It's true. Batteries, I don't think are very expensive.
Batteries count as ammo. They cost.
Oh yeah.
Let me find the table. I can't find the table.
Ammunition. Battery. A normal battery is 60 credits for 20 charges. But he did say that we can't charge it just from a battery. We need like a charging station.
Yeah, you can't charge your armor from a battery. Batteries charge things like force fields, like weapons. Bigger
What do we
things they
charge our
can't
armor
charge.
with?
You would use a charging station either in your ship or a public one, which costs credits.
Yeah, they're massive.
And this is just something my armor can do, even though the stats on the armor doesn't say it can do that.
Charging from a charging station, yeah. It's what I assume you do in your ship when there's downtime.
All right,
Otherwise, I would have to
so
drag
there's
a
no
charging
way for
station.
us to. So we just have our armor charged, and we can use that to negate the problem of heat. But we can't. There's no way we can purchase something to fix that.
No.
Okay.
Not that we know of.
So as long as your armor lasts, you're fine. Otherwise, you'll have to deal with it.
Circumstance bonus.
Does the armor charge? That's basically only for like environmental protection stuff. Like it still works as armor.
Yes.
Okay. So like when it's out of charge, I just can't go to the desert or space. But
Pretty much.
it's good otherwise. Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
What about
Any-
a fire
any-
extinguisher so we put ourselves out?
We have one. I have one.
I've got a detonator.
Not very
Not
big.
quite as useful.
Like a little.
I have a disruptive weapon fusion, which I forget the use of.
What's a motion?
That's bonus against undead.
Ah, okay.
Oh wow.
Casual's jungles are not known for their undead fauna.
What about the ancient Mayan temple, though? Because we're gonna find one, guaranteed.
I don't think we can buy an ancient Mayan temple.
No, we don't buy one, but there's gonna be undead.
Does anyone have a tent? Is that something we need? A tent? Like a
fucking tent?
don't
What?
be eaten by monster ants while you sleep? Is that something?
Monster.
Do we need that in this game?
I-
Do we have this in this game? Does the
There
game
are
expect us to
tents.
need
I
that?
have seen tents.
Tents exist, yes.
Somewhere on
there's-
this list.
It's
Let's
in
do tents.
personal items.
Personal.
It's backpacks, which give you more carrying capacity. Environmental clothing.
Is that put
Have
into
a
a
backpack. Don't have.
Tent.
I hope it is.
What page are we looking at? Where's the
Yeah,
personal stuff?
The
backpack.
tent, page 231. A mass-produced tent costs 2 credits. A mobile hotel costs 50.
Oh, what?
Mobile hotels
Elaborate.
provide mobile hotel or mobile hotelier even provide their occupants the same environmental protection as armor while active. A mobile hotelier requires a 20-charge battery to provide this protection, using 1 charge every 8 hours.
Well,
Bro, I think we need those.
How
I
many
mean, can we
people
just
can
get?
be in?
Let's see. How many people can there be in one? 2 people. You can double it by doubling the price. So if we buy someone can sleep outside.
I'm sorry, Tesla.
You know what?
We'll take
Screw you
turns.
guys. I'll buy my own thing. Right?
All right, fine, sure. Then we'll buy a 4 people sized mobile hotel.
All right.
Let's see. What is it? Mobile hotel is 50, so 100. The price.
All right. Sure. I can pay 50.
And it has a bulk of 1, so that's very convenient.
Wonderful.
I can carry that. That's my.
What does like the backpack? Is industrial? Gives you 2 higher. Oh, you might as well get fucking industrial. It's like 25 credits. You guys might as well upgrade to industrial backpack.
Gear clamp? No, yeah. One of those things. Those usual ones.
Clamp.
Can carry 2 bulk items, yeah. Alright, that leaves us with 400. Anyone has any needs, any wishes? I mean, I'm always a fan of more healing stuff and like antitoxins. It will never not be.
Antitoxins might be a smart purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A bunch of them. We could get some more healing serums. We have a decent amount of those too.
I've got a couple. I got like an antitoxin as well.
So, is there nothing anybody needs?
I think so.
Batteries, maybe.
But we can't charge. Like, we can't put the batteries in anything.
Oh no, the tent uses batteries.
The tent does use batteries, but the tent, of course, doesn't work when you're not in it.
Yeah,
That's the tent's downside.
That's like that's 20 nights
Just
that
pop
we don't have to
the
worry
mobile
about.
hotel, just walk around in it.
I'm gonna buy an extra battery. Screw it.
Yeah, I have
But
extra
can
batteries.
we use those? Like, it could only be
Yeah,
charged.
I mean, I use them for my weapons. That's one of the things I use them for.
okay. Well,
And you can also use it for.
You should get a charge cloak instead. Well,
What?
that's part of it. It's a cloak that produces 4 charges each day.
Oh, goodness.
Huh?
How much is that?
How much is
I
that?
presume.
200.
Oof. Sure. Charge cloak.
You want one of those?
I'll
Let's see
take-
what it says. It charges things as if it were a battery. It produces 4 charges each day, but they must be used as a single unit.
Alright.
So, must use them in like one turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could use a star plasma sword,
Oh boy.
which uses 4 as to do a single attack, or you could make a single attack with a Sub-Zero pistol, which uses 1.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have a way to generate a little bit of power, if nothing else.
Sure.
So if you take that one, then I'll remove 200 more.
I will, yes.
That leaves us with 235. Now, I don't know how much we're going to be able to sleep in there, so I'm just saying, how about we just spend the rest on antitoxin and healing stuff?
Sure.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, so that is then enough for 1 antitoxin and 1 healing thing, and I'll put the rest in the bank.
We're like kitted out.
Oh. Yep, we are.
All right. Your shopping time coming to an end. Get one last good rest in the luxury of the Sunrise Maiden before you get emailed your papers. Because future.
Yay.
Yay.
So, did you want to hire a person to accompany you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah, fuck them.
In that case, it would simply be a matter to head to the port district of Kabaret, and you can travel to a hollow point where Professor Mohali has said she has a contact who will basically do like the debriefing for you, and as well as provide whatever equipment they still have lying around there.
Excellent. Yeah, we go there looking like tourists. We got
Yeah,
everything the guy said in the store we needed. So
the port district of Cabaret is pretty much like an airport nowadays. Sort of the same design. There's a bunch of like cheap restaurants, fast food joints. One of the restaurants you have seen from the inside already. Some more classy restaurants as well. And after a certain point, your papers get checked. And there's like a large metal fence, armed guards, which is not something you've seen in the city itself. But the port district has a lot of those. A lot of the armed guards you can see walking around even wear different sort of emblems on their uniforms, different uniforms, presumably because they belong to other city-states. And the port district is sort of inter-city-state area. But the controls of your papers go flawlessly, of course, because they are, in fact, actual papers and not fake ones. The armed like officers there do check over your equipment and such, glance at your weapons for a moment, but of course you're heading into like uncharted territory pretty much. So those are to be expected. The gates themselves are on raised plateaus, arranged in a sort of semicircle, an odd mix of technology and magic. The gates themselves are pretty much stone donuts with faintly glowing runes running around the like outer edge, glowing in a slight purple. Some sort of elven dialect, Teslas would assume. But they are pretty much entirely covered by metal scaffolding, metal fences, armed guards with certainly not magical weapons, but rather technological weapons. They're like smaller gates and places where you can basically queue up to go through them. And they do look rather nice when they activate, as it is first like a violently turbulent water surface, which then quickly calms down and disappears completely. It is like a mirror that just looks to a different place, really. A bit disconcerting, perhaps, as it's impossible to tell that it is actually a gate. It just looks like right behind where the gate is, there's a different place. You know? Like a mirror, except not a mirror. You are led through rather quickly. While some gates have rather heavy traffic, with lots of cargo containers and such queuing up to move through, lots of passengers, tourists from the looks of it, are queuing up, probably have been standing there for a while. The gate to the restricted continent to Ocula is, in fact, slightly less traveled. In fact, there's no wait time whatsoever. And with a step and no sensation whatsoever, you are instantly teleported to not only a different place, but also a different time of day. Whereas in Cabaret it was perhaps the early morning, and to Hollow Point it's already, well, still sort of night. The dawn just setting in over the horizon. To Hollow Point itself, does not look like a research outpost. Well, it sort of does. Mostly it looks like it has once been a military outpost. Huge metal walls, not unlike the ones surrounding Cabaret. The remains of what was probably mounts for large guns. Some of them still intact, but most of them have been decommissioned, it appears. Inside the outpost, there are also bunker-like structures, again with mounts on the top, presumably for guns, but these ones targeting the sky rather than the walls outside the outpost. These ones, however, completely decommissioned. There is a like slight info panel as you arrive into Hollow Point, giving a brief history. If any of you care to read it, it'll basically explain that this was once a military outpost trying to defend the continent of Ocula and claim it for the Lashunta people. But since the three major races are sort of at peace, it's now entirely a research outpost. Into Tuala Point, you are greeted by a grizzled and bearded Lashunta, a rather pudgy fella, who introduces himself by the name of Dr. Kahir Al-Nuaf, who just gets straight to the point, greets you with like a grand hand gesture and lots of waving to the mystical continent of Ocula, even if the fairly technological and sterile atmosphere of the Tuala Point outpost doesn't quite do it justice. He explains that he was in fact contacted by Professor Muhali, and while the request was rather spontaneous and really he couldn't organize much for your expedition, he has made some resources available for you. First of all, you can, with no cost, charge your equipment if you haven't done that already. And in addition to that, he has found the odd knick-knack that might be of assistance for you. This includes a sort of scratched-up suit of Lashunta Ringwear 2 armor, if you have a use for it. If you don't, he would rather not just hand it away because it might be useful for someone else. He also hands you a carbon steel curve blade, a sticky bomb grenade 2, an additional dose of antitoxin.
Wait, could you? I'm trying to write down. Could you repeat these things?
Okay. If any of you have a use for it, he hands you a Lashunta Ringwear 2 armor.
Jesus, man, that's a level 5 heavy armor.
A carbon steel curve blade.
Carbon steel curve blade.
A sticky bomb grenade 2.
Sticky bomb 2.
An additional dose of antitoxin.
Antitoxin.
4 doses of spray flesh.
I read about that. Spray flesh.
And he also says the outpost can supply you with up to 3 weeks worth of field rations for each of you, if you so require.
Field rations for each.
It also has
It
also has a small supply of ammunition, should you want to buy any. But I think you've done all your shopping.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Right.
Sword?
The curve blade carbon steel. It's on page 172.
Okay.
Third one down from in the uncategorized.
Ah, yes, there it is. Thank you.
I don't know if you were stupid for just buying Lashunta Ringwear 2 last session. They offer one for free.
The only person that wears heavy armor?
I am, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Ugh,
You
stupid.
did just buy one?
I just bought one, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
they're so expensive.
Like when something isn't, like you buy something in Steam and then it's on sale the day after, and you're like, well,
Yep.
I just waited 3,000 credits.
You should, like, he like
Well-
presents it, he's like, would this be of use to you? You look down, you like take it off and be like, yes!
Well,
I have
it
to
is
return this.
implied that the armor wouldn't be a gift; it would be something you can borrow.
Yeah, well, you know. The curve blade, a carbon steel curve blade, you say? What is that? What is that? What is a carbon-
Two-hander.
It's 1d10 slashing, critical is bleed 1d6.
Okay, so that is not particularly like, okay, it's really expensive, but I'd honestly rather have my reach with my pike.
Yeah, I don't want to use a two-hander. I've got so many things already.
So
Including
maybe,
hands.
I guess.
I mean, it's
I mean,
too heavy
it's-
for me to carry.
It's nice, but it's only like an average of half a damage. And if I crit, I get a d6. I don't think I've crit much yet, so that's not a good trade-off for reach, I don't think. Sticky bomb grenades. Is anyone good with grenades? Anyone not gonna throw them at me so I'd explode?
Tassless is the only one I think that's even proficient with them.
With
I'm
grenades?
proficient because I'm proficient with
Or-
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he's the only
proficient.
one that uses them, really, I thought.
I'm proficient.
We'll
Because he
keep
does the
we'll
throwing stuff.
we'll take the sticky bomb grenade. We'll take the endotoxin and definitely the spray flash.
I think throwing stuff is just as the same rules as shooting
And
stuff.
then we'll thank you very much for it. It's very nice of him to
I think
allow us to have that, because we will definitely need that sort of thing. Otherwise, we will be dead. But the blade and the other thing, we should have that. 4 of those. Okay. And a sticky bomb grenade too.
Actually, throwing is strength based.
It is.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm a strength-based character.
Yeah, me too. There we go. Excellent. Excellent stuff. So we can't just take his stuff and sell it. So we'll say thank you, but that's not like none of us would need that. So.
Thanks, but no thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
He nods at your honesty, acknowledging it certainly. As he will also explain, he's a bit of an expert on the continent of Ocula. He says with no small amount of pride. And while Professor Muhali could only say that it might take days or maybe more than weeks to do the trip, he is fairly certain that it will take somewhere between 10 and 12 days. I can also say that looking through the notes, it seems that it will first lead you through a fairly sparsely forested lowlands around the outpost itself. But then you will get into the proper jungle, the dense subtropical rainforest to the northwest. And eventually, even into the mountains, the so-called Singing Range.
He wasn't much of an explorer, was he, if he was only gone 2 weeks? You know?
Yeah, an explorer he was not. He was a fame-hungry danger seeker, pretty much.
Like us. Did I get my camera, by the way?
You can get a camera, yeah.
It's like a GoPro. It's mounted on
basically.
Victor's like forehead.
Yeah, GoPro. GoPro camera.
Yes.
Hey, I mean, I'm here, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's part of your
have
whole
a job.
thing. Yeah.
Should I wear it so that way I can be looking? It can show you in the action.
Yeah, maybe you can get one too.
Maybe, yeah. Can we get 2?
I mean, they're free apparently, so you know.
True. If there's a second one available.
I mean, it's like a research university. I'm
sure
sure
you
they
can
have
get-
GoPros.
So we
they
can
have
get a
loads of
recording
GoPros.
camera in Cabaret. It seems like a city that would have such things.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like so we can
Just
we can
strap
show
us
the
with
world.
cameras.
And it also makes us look really honest. We'd be like, can we have cameras so we can film everything we do?
It's true.
We're not here to.
I think
We're in the beautiful forest or whatever.
I don't think Thaddeus wants a camera. He wants to be able to shoot someone in the face and
Man, I
feel
should
bad
not have
about
bought that fucking rainwear.
I'm
God damn
mostly
it.
gonna
So
just
expensive.
like record specific moments of like if we go into a combat and Victor's about to be badass, then
I mean,
and then some of those like where we sit
review the
down, we're
footage
like,
afterwards and just edit it.
when I saw that monster, I so we can cut it in like.
mhm.
Do some
Victor is
use.
not a video editor, but he's sure that his manager's got that covered.
I'm sure.
All right. Anyway,
Yes, a GoPro
into the
camera.
forest.
Yes. You are escorted for about 10 miles or so by the security forces of the outpost. Perhaps a slightly ominous procession. Ominous in the way that they are proper, like, they are more soldiers than researchers with large rifles, to say the least, which might indicate that, things are big, as it turns out.
Good thing I've got a big rifle.
The way this will work is you have Alquimzan's notes, so you know approximately where you're supposed to go, but it will still require a survival check each day to not misinterpret the environment pretty much and probably get lost. You will probably not get lost completely, as worst case, you can just bumble about until you find somewhere where you've been before, or, find more, what's the word? More landmarks in the notes. But it'll certainly be slower if you continuously get lost. You can either do it slow and really follow the notes, which would be an easier survival check, or you can do a slightly harder one, but travel at full speed. You can either go 2/3 of your speed with an easier check, or your full speed with a harder check. You would estimate, or rather using Dr. Alnuev's estimation, at full speed it would take you about 11 days to get there. Additionally, it's hot in Castrovel, especially on Ocula. About 12 hours a day during the daytime, you will have to deal with temperatures over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm using Fahrenheit only because the book does.
What's that in degrees?
That's
Okay.
like 50.
It's like
50?
30 to
Yeah.
40.
50?
It's 40 plus. It's
Yeah,
hot.
30 is like 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
So what
It's
I'm hearing
hot and humid.
is we act like desert nomads do and sleep in the day.
You
in
could,
our
but then you
lovely
would have to.
aircon.
Then you would have to not only travel during the night, but only navigate during the night. It's an option, but it will make it more difficult, to say the least.
Let's first see who's good at like. Because Victor looks at these notes and he's like, I mean, it looks cool, but he has
Uh-huh.
look at all this grass. There's like wouldn't know how to even.
Trees.
Victor can't navigate anything that isn't hallways. Let's just say it that way.
I have a +9 to my survival.
Well,
Plus
then
nine's
you
pretty
will
good.
be the leader of this expedition.
Great.
So how hard do you think you can deal with it?
I don't know. That
We don't need food
that
or drink, so we got that covered.
Certainly depends on the DC here.
The DC would either be 18 for the orienteering task, or 12 if you want to follow the tracks in the form of the notes.
It's like a 50-50 if we go full speed, or almost certainly a success if you follow the tracks.
Yeah, following the tracks would be 3/4 of your speed. Failing the check would mean you only make half distance.
And we are to Hula Point here. So if we ask these guards, like, has anyone else come this way recently? Because we kind of expect there's been another group, right? With like the researcher and stuff.
True.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I'll just ask him.
You charismatic person, you.
Sure.
Well, give me a diplomacy check.
Yeah. Why not? I'll see how willing they are to talk to a random esque. 14.
I mean, they look at each other for a moment, and then one of them says, "Well, I don't know, they're your research competition or whatnot, but yeah, there was a rather big group that moved this way a few days ago."
Oh no, they've kidnapped someone we're trying to save, so that is why we were somewhat interested in traveling fast, potentially. Did they seem like they were such a big group that they might leave tracks?
Well, if they have, good luck finding those. A day on this place, and unless the thing you're tracking is huge, they're going to be gone. Perhaps if they have been especially careless, they might have left a few tracks here and there, but if you are looking for footsteps in the muddy ground, then you're not going to have any success.
How much equipment they brought with them? Did they seem to be traveling light or not so much?
Oh, they had a lot of things with them, including one of the soldiers shrugs, looks to the other. Perhaps a transmitter of some sort, communication device, I would guess, and lots of weapons to be sure, which is only sensible.
All right. So they probably won't be traveling super fast.
Probably not. But how many days do they have on us?
They would estimate about 4 days.
Oh shit.
So
Makes
that's
sense,
quite the
We're
head start.
done.
Yeah, I mean that means basically they shot her already when they got there. So, basically that means if we travel fast, we'll get there at the same time as them. Sort of.
Well, but then we know
However, what happens
They
if we
also
fail
might
our
get caught.
navigating check? Do we get lost in the jungle?
If you fail, you only go half distance.
Oh, so there's wait. Oh,
You get lost for a bit, but eventually catch your bearings again.
So
which
we
means
either
that might also happen to them.
yeah, but probably not. They probably use like a radar, GPS, and stuff.
Yeah.
Radar GPS doesn't work on Ocula.
Oh well,
It's a magical place.
that'll teach those guys.
I mean,
Yeah, I imagine they brought one, like a really fancy one too.
So
They tried to turn it
basic-
on, and it's just like,
I'm basically seeing that we either go for the 50-50 and travel full speed, or fail, get half, or we go almost consistently 2/3.
which then means that there's statistically very little difference. So why not succeed as much as possible, right?
Yeah,
Like if we're gonna fail half the time, then there's no difference in the speed.
I mean, statistically, I can't argue. I can't
Yeah.
argue.
Really,
with
like I think statistically
really
it's better
just
to
comes down
actually.
luck.
I think statistically it actually comes down to that going the fast one is better because we might
Because-
still fail the other one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We could fail the other one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Kilo
if-
7, what do you
If we
think?
fail this one and we fail that one, it's still the same as. But if we succeed this and succeed that one, this one's faster.
Telos is a careful and methodical type, so he would probably follow the notes if it was just up to him. But he would follow the party line here if the party has any certain
Well,
wishes on the subject.
Thaddeus is all up for going real fast, real suddenly.
Yeah, I agree. We should
Victor
definitely
has
try it.
no any sort of input really.
Seems like we're going fast then.
Balls to the walls, super fire.
Don't fail us.
Super fast.
Yay!
Alright, if you're going fast, you indeed, on your first day, trekking through the lowlands, that while they are in fact not forested and very low, are entirely covered in enormous grass, ranging like from 3 to 8 feet high, to the point where it's sort of like going through a forest with very thin trees. Occasionally, of course, the grass lays flat and lets you see over it, but it does make it very awkward to look around. Are you traveling with your armor currently active, or do we have to handle heat? Because it does get hot. Perhaps not as hot as it gets in the jungle, but hot enough that it bothers
I mean,
almost
we have
all living
effectively
things.
only 2 days of travel with our armor active,
Yeah.
right? Like 20
Should-
hours. 2
Should we
days of
save it to
travel.
where the DCs will be harder?
I'm not having my armor active, certainly. That's for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
either. I'll just wear the environmental clothing.
Okay,
Yep.
then give me.
How
Let me
much,
double check the rules. Heat dangers. A character in very hot conditions must attempt a fortitude saving throw each hour,
Each hour.
Well,
I'll take-
fuck.
or take 1d4 non-lethal fire damage.
Fire
we
damage?
die, effectively.
Do we
A
burn to
character
death?
can attempt a survival check to receive a bonus to this saving throw and might be able to apply this bonus to other characters as well.
What's the?
What if I just travel with my armor on, though? Let's just do that, guys. Come on.
We've
Let's do
already
that.
got like 2 days of this.
But that like
Yeah,
fire
but then we'll
damage.
travel for
Are
2
you
days and
are you
then
sure
we can
that
die.
is the correct entry sheet? Because that
It's
seems like it's
it's non-lethal fire damage. It counts as fire damage, but it is non-lethal damage.
Every hour, guys, we would
God.
be freaking dead.
What's the bonus from?
Yeah, what does the environmental clothing give us?
That gives
+2.
you a +2,
And what's
succeeding
the
in
DC again?
The DC is spread over so many pages. Give me a moment. No, I take the wrong button. No.
I mean, it's not a DC 6, so over a travel time of 12 hours, we will fail a bunch of times, take a bunch of damage.
4, 2. Let's see. It's a DC of 15 plus 1 per previous check.
Fucking
Succeeding.
So after 12 hours of walking, that'll be more than a 20 DC. So
We're
not get
dead.
we can't do
Succeeding.
this.
Succeeding in a DC 15 survival check gives a +2 bonus. And for every +2 you're over that check, you can give that to one additional person. Keep in mind it's non-lethal damage, which
will still knock us out.
if you get enough damage in a single day, then yes.
Well, we're traveling
So
for how many hours per day?
I'm gonna just use my armor here. Let's be honest. Like
how many hours per day are we traveling?
It is assumed that you travel for 8 hours a day.
8 checks.
That's 16 hours of downtime.
If I fail all of them,
or if we meet any monster at any point.
Yeah, exactly. Like the mega plant comes out and it's like, please, no, we're too hot, and it's just.
how about if we just go back to Cabaret and take into a nice hotel and just forget this? You know, this doesn't seem. I'm not made for this. I have a +1 on my fortitude save, and even with the android and the environmental bonuses, it's still a 50-50.
I mean,
And this is before we get into the jungle.
I don't know about the powering thing. I imagine that's something this. Let's see here. Environmental protections and armors lasts for a number of days equal to the item level.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you can spend resolve points to regain all your stamina, and non-lethal damage goes against stamina first, and you recover resolve points at the end of every day.
Well, that's a good point.
That is what I was thinking, but I'm like, these are hard.
Like, is it on purpose that these rules are harsher than the normal ones?
What do you mean these
I
rules?
feel like it probably is because
when
we
I
do
look at
have
this
better methods of
armor
regenerating it.
protection thing, it does say that armor environmental protection protects you against heat temperatures of over 140 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, but the
And
problem
it does
is
say that an
runs
armor
out.
can protect you for a number of days equal to its item level.
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't changed
If
those.
you turn on your armor, you're protected, period.
But you said the armor only lasted
just
a day.
20 hours, right? But
No,
for life.
if you turn on your armor, you're protected for a number of days equal to the item's level.
Okay.
So you've got a couple
In
of days
1 hour
of
increments.
No, in days. If you turn on your armor, you don't have to roll any checks that day.
It says I can expend it in 1 hour increments.
You can decide to expend it in 1 hour increments up to a total maximum of the number of days.
Yes. I will use my armor then, because
So,
I'm
wait,
not comfortable with dying.
Is that days in abstract terms, where like if we are traveling for 5 days, then we can do it 5 times, or is it days in the literal term, where a day is 24 hours? So if we're traveling for 8 hours, we can do it for like
Well, since
20
we can
days.
do
I mean,
increments
yeah,
of-
but then you will die outside of traveling time. I imagine you would want to be
That's
protected
true. That's true. I didn't
like,
think about that.
most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you will die.
that
We
is
do have
good.
a walking hotel, whatever it's called,
If we
which does help.
Baba Yaga's walking hotel.
But yeah, I will use my armor. I can't. Like, this is a lot of.
If I meet out to activate the armor's environmental protections for the 8 hours per day we're traveling, and then just rest in the hotel for the other time, my armor can last for 15 days.
Well, because that it's a third of the day, roughly.
It's a level 5 armor.
Yeah.
It can last for 5 times 24 hours divided by 8. That'll be 15 days.
Yes, you can use your armor in 1 hour increments. As long as it's active, you're golden.
All right.
If you don't want to have it active and want to save power, because you might get lost and take more time, then you can deal with the checks.
I'd rather front load my protection, honestly. But everyone to their own, right? Victor's gonna use his army. He probably tries, but he's like, "Oh God, this is so hot."
Yeah.
You know what?
It's 8 checks though. If you like, it's 8 checks per day.
You will be like, you will not be down, but you'll be incredibly exhausted.
Yeah, but then you can just use a resolve point to
Oh, yeah, you
get
can,
all of your
certainly,
stamina back.
Yeah.
Like, straight away.
It's true. It's
I
true. you
will try. Well, hang on. Let me do the math on how long my armor will last. It's a level 4
can. I mean,
item,
it's
so-
level times 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
You divide that by 8 for a number of days travel, and that is then we sit in our like tent for the rest of the time, which I think is a safe assumption. Like, for now at least, that's what we'll do.
Well, if we're not traveling, then, there's no need to do anything but that. And damn it.
Yeah, I can last 12 days on 8-hour increments.
Yeah, 12 days is what he said is what is our trip
It should
out
take.
there, right?
So, like, I mean, if it comes to it,
Let's
I can
not
make
get
checks,
lost.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only the trip out there. That's not the trip back.
For the sake of our combined sanity, don't worry about the trip back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Guys,
can
we won't
maybe
never come
the
back.
guys that we're murdering here have a portable charger.
I mean,
Alright,
let's just go get him, okay? Like, it sounds like we can use our armor for now.
12 days, sure. All right. We'll use armor.
Okay, again, for the sake of our combined sanity, I'll assume that all of your armors last 12 days. Is that okay?
Or longer. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
At least 12 days.
At least 12
Okay.
days. Yes.
So, you realize that the jungle is really, really hot and retreat to the confines of your armor with environmental protection. Make it nice and cool. You can see the outside temperature as like readouts on your display.
It's now that we should have had the PhD student with us outside.
But they don't. I think you misunderstand. All biology students here have heavy armor proficiency for
Oh.
this very reason.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the students of Ringer, that's like field equipment.
Yeah.
I need to study the glands of this giant velociraptor, so
Yeah, on Castrovel you
from
don't. On Castrovel you don't become a biology student without having a final exam on the shooting range with like a really large gun.
Yeah.
like a battle scientist.
Also, when they put down the artillery lasers, she's like, "Oh, you've taken my course."
Is that their like town militia? Like they have like their military or whatever, but like the last second Minutemen is just the university
Yeah,
students.
the high elves have
Biology come out.
the spearmen militia, but Cabaret has artillery laser PhD students.
One old guy just comes out and says, "I'm a professor. I shouldn't be doing this anymore."
In order to get
Yeah.
hired,
With a
in
bazooka.
order to get hired at the school, you have to defeat like a mega beast in
Yeah.
hand-to-hand
Yeah.
combat.
In Mortal Kombat.
That is a school worth going to.
Yeah.
It's like Hogwarts on steroids. That's
Hogwarts, but
So
sweaty.
we travel through the plains.
You travel through the plains, through enormous grass obscuring the vision, although it looks rather pretty as it waves in the wind, especially as it's currently sort of blooming. Not exactly with colorful flowers, but it's occasionally sending like waves of spores across the winds. Although even your display will tell you that these, unlike most things, are in fact harmless.
Everything else is like got the caution
I
exclamation
mean,
mark above
at
it.
least our armors also have breathing apparatus. It's a really cool ring armor I have, like a chainmail with like air conditioning and breath apparatus.
Eventually, you can settle down pretty much anywhere because the lowlands are very, very homogeneous. There are like dips and slight hills here and there, which might make for good places to rest. But it's pretty trivial to find a place that looks as good as any other.
All right.
Give me a d20. Someone.
Tilos,
Not
you
it.
let us hear you. You did good.
Not me.
Yeah.
Alright. No, on D20. A 5.
I mean, it's a random table. That's probably good, right?
With that.
The,
Tyrannosaurus attack.
Right on the average range.
D6 hill giants.
the knight does not attempt to murder you, but it is not a quiet night. As from some distance away, rolling over the hills, you can hear the... Oh, what's a good word?
Mating call.
Yes,
Cacophony.
yes. You know exactly what I'm trying to say. It's not exactly moo. It's like very deep mooing, like constantly. Occasionally, until like there's a more higher pitched sound. Suffice to say, it makes sleeping difficult. Not impossible, but difficult.
God damn it,
I
get a
would
room.
sleep like a baby listening to the songs of their people.
All right. Well, you know,
Hmm.
Victor hasn't heard that before.
It's like any club night in Cardiff, am I right? The deep mooing and then high pitched squeaks.
You could make me after that night. You could make me a life science.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think it's once we know what it is, it's going to be way better, right? What is it? Oh, it's a good
Because you
roll.
always want to know what the mooing is.
You aren't entirely sure.
Odd.
It sounds like at least some sort of herbivore.
Uh-huh.
At least,
Some sort of
probably
herbivore.
grazing in the huge grass somewhere nearby.
All right, giant cows. Let's
Giant cows. Let's take that.
stuff something in your ears and
And actually, with that information, Teslas can chip in as he's lived on Crestwell, and perhaps paid attention to Helgrim's notes. Those might very well be the Yaruks, which Telos can probably describe after hearing the name with that high of a check. As I will make a picture visible. Let's put you
Oh, wow.
stick figure for scale.
What a,
Yeah.
It's a new Star
what
Wars
a
mod.
weird thing.
That is such a
we
weird
should write
thing.
one of those.
Mm.
They would make,
Six-legged and ill-tempered.
if you like buried one underground, it would make a nice like garden path.
I like him. Look at him.
He looks majestic, but if he's ill-tempered, I say we stay well away of it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And aren't most herbivores like pack animals?
See, he has an anteater mouth. That's some huge ants that he eats.
No, it's just us.
We are the ants.
Just
Sucked
sucks
into
you
that
up.
shrub
Yep.
thing.
And it's
The
like
dwarves
just
are.
full of razor sharp teeth in there. Yes.
Oh my god,
All the
it's
way
like
down.
a lamprey
Yeah.
attached to his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's not go deal with that
Fuck
thing.
with
Let's
that,
just,
no.
it seems to be busy, so
Yes, it
It's
does.
happy moving away at night. I'm fine with it doing that.
The nighttime moor.
Right. Give me another survival check then.
now how far are we along? Like, do we have like a counter?
I have a counter.
Excellent. Well, we'll just
Okay. Whoop.
I mean,
Nope.
that is a failure. Perhaps distracted by your rather a bad sleep and the high grasses, you go in circles for a bit. Although the occasional noise from a distance does get you back on track, as the mooing does appear to come directly from the direction that you do in fact want to go.
All right.
You will make half distance. Oh, I didn't plan this well. Fix something here. Okay. Armor still on. The heat is not an issue. And there is nothing jumping out of the grass into your faces, as it turns out.
So far, Victor thinks that whatever stories about this place, they're overrated. Like, this is great. This trip there's nothing bad happening.
Nothing at all.
It's not even hot.
Let's see. Day 3. Right, you settle down again, draining the battery of your mobile hotel, which you should keep track of, by the way.
Sure.
Just in case. Give me another d20.
Real fast. Do the tents take the same batteries that weapons do?
Yes.
Okay, I have a few of those if we run out.
Yeah, that's why I bought an extra one. Oh god, we're dead.
It's a 1.
The night is quiet this time. Although you do not get much rest. Give me reflex saves.
Yep.
Oh,
As something enormous suddenly makes a high-pitched noise, stomping towards you as it sounds, and straight through your tent.
Oh, our tent.
The mobile hotel.
We need
I'm
that,
in a
we need that.
separate tent though.
Yes. Thaddeus is a separate tent far away.
Oh, a natural 1.
He somehow got it in a tree. It's weird.
Anyone below a 14
Yes.
Yep.
will take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as they are somewhat trampled by a spooked Yaruk, barely visible in the moonlight. Actually, I already made that visible.
I can take that on my stamina.
I like the image of Thaddeus and Telos diving out the way, looking at the others getting completely clobbered, and look at each other like, idiots.
It looks like the herd, the rather massive herd, in fact, of Yaruks has slowly migrated towards your direction, perhaps spread out even a bit. And one of the males has been spooked by another male trying to be all territorial and such. The entire spectacle is over quite quickly, and you are completely ignored by the Yaruk who just trampled you, as it just starts eating somewhere nearby. But rest is not to be had. And let's see, how much damage does your tent take?
I was gonna say, how's our tent?
15. Tent has...
Does my tent get damaged? Please don't say.
Can I cast Cure Light Wounds on the tent?
You'd have to cast repair.
You can mend the tent, but until you repair that particular tent...
Which one of them?
Let's see, the communal tent takes 15, Thaddeus' tent takes 7.
Woohoo!
How much health does a tent have?
I don't want to look at the exact HP, even though that exists. Let's say 20. They're pretty ripped.
Alright. I'm gonna write in my description
We can fix it with some spray flesh.
13 out of
Yes.
20.
Spray flash it.
10.
Well,
So funny.
That'd be really disturbing to look at.
yeah. I don't want to have a tarp or anything.
Do you know?
See, repairing an item would be an engineering check. It's fairly easy to fix a tent, as the like technology that powers the AC and whatnot has only been slightly damaged. Most of it is just the fabric ripping, basically.
Yeah, we could find like a shard of tree to make a needle and some vines for thread.
Or we get the engineering toolbox out and just do it with the stuff in there.
Psh.
It would slow down your travel by a step if you attempted to repair it, and you would restore a number of hit points equal to whatever you roll on an engineering check.
Oh man.
Does it still work?
It's probably worth it.
Currently, it doesn't. It has to be repaired first.
Oh,
repair
alright.
it then.
I'll
Repair.
repair it. I'll repair mine.
I'll repair
Okay.
the communal
Get
one, I
mine?
suppose.
So during the next day, you will spend a little bit of your time repairing tents.
23.
Yes, the tent is fixed.
Yes, I fixed tents.
23.
Yep.
It is fixed.
Again, we look at it, it's like, easy.
With
Yeah.
the way we're spending the tent, by the way, the tent's battery alone will last for 10 days, given that we spend 16 hours a day in it.
Okay.
That's true.
If we have another battery, it will last for
I have
plenty of
more
time.
batteries.
All right.
Yeah, I have more as well.
Don't worry about
I've got 20 days worth of tent.
So that was the repair. Do you also want survival?
Yes.
So still push on.
It will be a step lower, so if you succeed at full speed, it would be 3/4 speed. 3/4? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yay, success.
Oh, look at that.
Look at all those
You
23s.
succeed.
Doing good there, Tilos.
Thank you. He's trying his best.
Without you, you would be starving a heat death somewhere in this.
This is a
I
terrible
feel
place. I get
under-
fire damage if I'm without my protection. It's so warm.
Always use protection.
Or you will get burned, like have terrible burns. All over you.
All right. During your swift travels, you do encounter more and more of the Yaruk herd, apparently going to where it's really most concentrated, really. They do move around a bit, grazing here and there, ignoring you mostly. But you will have to travel through quite a number of them for quite some time, or take a pretty enormous detour. Give me another life sciences check.
Yes. Wow. Oh. That's a
It's a
natural
bit
20.
weird to... Yeah, that's a natural 20. It's a bit weird to tell us that these Yaruks are grazing here in the first place, as the grass during its like sporing and blooming phase emits all these like spores, and more often than not, well, actually, you're wearing armor. Tellers would imagine them to be rather bitter and quite disgusting, really, even for the fauna. So that's a bit weird.
Hmm.
You would also think
I
about the
love
Yaruks.
foreshadowing.
He would also know about the Yaruks that as long as you stay a decent distance away, they shouldn't bother you. Generally, Yaruks are ill-tempered, yes, but only really if you get too close.
So my
And
thought is
sometimes if they want to prove that they are in fact bigger than you, then they will like do a fake charge and those things. But as long as you don't panic and don't shoot them, they'll probably be fine. Worst case, one of them gets spooked, the entire herd gets spooked.
so my thought is that if we go around, we're gonna meet whatever they're trying to stay away from. You know, no detour.
Yeah, it's not going to be great for us either way.
Nothing else. I mean, these guys will be really loud if they panic. Something big coming. So
It is true.
Sure. We can press on. I am fine with that.
press on.
Well, press on.
Onwards.
Onwards.
All right, you press on.
So far, we've been doing great with time, I think.
One fail so far.
Yeah, so far you've been traveling rather well. It is day 4, and you've done pretty much 3 days worth of
Do we
travel.
recover resolve points every day?
Yes.
So
Every long rest, isn't it?
So I can basically just get rid of this stamina damage I took.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like you take a nap and you feel better.
Unless I'm misremembering the rules completely, you do recover resolve points every day.
Let's not look into it.
Well, it's like because some of these days
I
haven't
agree
been
with you.
allowed to rest. So
Yeah.
that was why I asked if we could like rest this night. Then
If you get a rest, you recover resolve points. Sometimes you might not get a rest. Okay. As it's approximately noon, perhaps, the sun directly above you, shining down onto your AC, like, nice and cold armor. You're just tracking along. Give me a perception check. As all of you.
all right.
Nope.
Yay, too.
No. It's too high
As-
to grasp.
We're both polishing our weapons or something.
As both Telos and Maida at least hear something that is clearly a shot from a far distance away. Shortly after, followed by angry mooing, I suppose. Just general trampling and an instant cacophony and chaotic action. As the Yaruks have in fact been spooked.
Can you give us an example of angry mooing?
An audible representation.
It's like moo 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 moo.
Yes.
That is exactly what you hear from
Help
a
of
1,000 enormous throats around you. Even in the distance, it's like a wave of chaos slowly erupting from presumably whatever Yaruk was just shot by someone.
Someone is
Does
Like
Mixer
a
have
land
a
whale
glitch feature?
stampede.
Yeah, we're being
Yes.
So what if we
stampeded.
get out of the way of this?
Okay, so you have two options. One would be stupid. The other way is the one we're going to do. You could fight
Hey
all
now.
of these.
Wow.
1,000 euros. I don't think we fight that.
Get him.
It's
Give
maybe-
players choice, sheep.
It's maybe not 1,000, but there are certainly dozens around. And even a single one of those could stomp on you without feeling a thing. It's probably more advisable to dodge and bail out of the way. I will link you a thing because this will be the equivalent of 13th Age's skill challenges.
Hooray.
You're going to have to improvise and do things to get out of this alive.
Like running and jumping.
For example, I will link a Google Doc here.
Knocking down my allies. So that
I think you can access it.
Throw Victor in front of the war too.
I have to
No.
ask for permission.
Don't ask for permission. Take this instead.
Yeah.
So we will go into initiative, but it will only be you in the initiative.
Oops, wrong link.
Basically, the Yaruks always act last, and they will do something. In the meantime, you can do things. Roll me initiative. Your tokens are still in the bar. Actually, let me move them on the map here. There we go.
Initiative. Well,
So you can do the things as described there. You will need a grand total of a number of successes, which is... Where's the number? You need 12 successes of any kind.
Alright, I'm going to tell you right now. I am doing nothing but hiding. Because if I roll a 2, I succeed.
just hunker down.
Okay. There are a number of actions available, including basically using an ability and making me decide what that might do for you, as well as using a whole bunch of different skills. You can do multiple of these actions during your initiative, but for every other different action, you take a -3 penalty on that. So you can try to hide and with a penalty navigate. Or you can try to distract
Just
and with a
hiding.
penalty hide.
Halldamir hiding doesn't give you a success. So you would just
What
sit
gives me a
there
success?
in the middle of them while you get stomped over and over and over again forever.
Yeah, only the things that say they earn a success earn a success. Hiding just gives you a bonus against whatever the Yeruks might do.
So
No, just
now
running
I'm
You've
away. seems to
committed by
be-
now, right?
scramble.
Just
Well, I'm doing it
hide behind his
anyway.
legs.
I'm doing it anyway. It gives me a bonus.
Now I do have my something that's gonna be useful here, which is the dragon gland. But, I suppose
Rawr.
we'll get to that in our turn. Okay, starting a wildfire that'll scare them away.
Man, I'm gonna have to scramble. It's like my best bet.
Yep. Just run
Everyone's trouble.
Run.
fast.
This isn't good, guys.
It's not good for me either. I'm not good at this. But
Could I argue acrobatics over athletics?
I mean, there is an acrobatics use if you scroll down.
No. Oh, is
Just
there
more difficult.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Squeeze.
Squeeze, Thaddeus.
yes. I should squeeze.
Well, I suppose we should just start. So that's Thaddeus, right?
Yes, me.
Yes. In fact, let me
All right.
let me put this guy. Let me put lots of these guys on the map.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to survive off of scrambling.
It's time to squeeze.
It's like
How many
Alright.
successes did we need?
12.
12.
12.
So-
Shit.
Do I take? If I want to do two things, I take the -3 to what? Both of the checks.
No, to the first thing you do takes no penalty. The second takes -3. The third takes -6,
Okay.
and so on.
Alright. In that case, I will.
A failure?
Yes, but I won't tell you.
Okay.
All right. The first thing I'm going to try and do is squeeze, which I make.
You succeed. Tell me what you squeeze past.
I squeezing past like trees, like trunks. He's squeezing like in between, like in like swamps. They've got like the roots of trees that come out and then curve up and then go back down. He's like squeezing through those, and he's just being all slippery and not, getting in between things so the thing can take the giant 6 feet instead of him. I'd rather that.
All right. You squeeze like through some of the trees that have slowly started cropping up that promptly get trampled behind Thaddeus.
Yeah.
That's you a success.
And then I'm going to try and hide in amongst
Okay.
all of this rubble he's squeezing through. So at a -3, I make.
-3, that's an 18. That is still enough to hide. As it turns out, you're not actively being searched for by the Yeruks. They're just sort of about.
And
So
I've
just
got a
getting out of
plus-
their line of sight.
I got a +13 as well to it, so
Um,
pretty easy for me.
if you fail on something that doesn't give any successes, is there a penalty? Like, is there any penalty to not trying to hide every turn? Or
I can tell you the penalty to failing only applies to whatever third, fourth, and fifth action you take during a turn to disincentivize you just spamming all the checks.
okay,
And
so-
if you fail a check, if you fail a third, like if you try to do a third action around and fail, it's going to be bad. So you can, but you shouldn't, unless you're really good at something. The first two, you the failure condition for the first two is basically it doesn't do anything, and after that it goes bad.
All right.
okay. So unless we have two other things, it's probably smart to just try to hide, just in case.
I mean,
I'm gonna try at least.
that's not a good.
Well,
Good.
That's me.
Put the AC into your label, please. Like the bonus you get from hiding.
Yep, no problem.
Victor, you're surrounded by angry elephant cows. In fact,
Yeah.
they're twice as tall as elephants.
So I feel like I just need to like get away from them, really. But what if I lit fire to all this grass? Now it is in bloom. There's lots of like pollen, and I know that pollen burns super well. Like, if I could just make like a wall of fire between me and these things, surely they wouldn't like that.
Let's see. I would suggest you can make.
I got my dragon gland here to do one time fire breath.
That's usually a reflex save, right?
Yeah. Men are not too good at that, surely.
No, you will definitely hit them. The question is whether the wildfire distracts your comrades here.
I mean, I would want to hit the grass, but
Yeah, but they are in the grass.
Yeah.
How about?
You could just like spit up into the air, maybe.
no. I
Grab
mean, the
using
idea would be
thing,
to like I put it down and I run away from it, right? Because the thought is that they probably won't run into it. So like,
Okay, so basically like something like spook, basically. I would let you do an automatic success on spook using your dragon ground.
Then I will expend the dragon gland to basically just like if you comes running over and there's like a bunch of like probably like Halldamir said there's some trees and stuff. So after like he squeezed through and like they come running to stomp them, Victor will just look at them and like breathe his fire on them, opening his mouth wide, and then like a blue flame that turns orange like sprays out with like a napalm like stickiness to the logs, just lighting them up in flame that then makes these like they step on their hind legs and like rear up and then they turn direction. So I can spook some. So I guess that's one success. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
I'll just
one
make
success.
it jot
They
here
affect
so we can't keep track of
even
them.
more spooked, but directionally spooked. I have a counter right here.
Where? Oh,
Right.
okay. Sure.
Well,
And
that
then Victor will take this chance to scramble away, or try to anyway, as his second action here. And that'll be an athletics check with a -3. So not a great chance of him actually getting any distance, but you know, it makes sense that that's what he tries to do here because he doesn't want to get stomped by these things that it hurt. So athletics is something he's fairly good at, but not the point of this being easy.
You need an 18.
Yep. And I will have a 6 bonus with a -3 penalty. So
That
almost.
is just a failure.
You know.
I just scramble away, but the rooks are just too fast, and they keep up.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so obviously this isn't going to be a solution for the whole combat because mechanics and like whatever. But I have gills. Is there like some water or something that wouldn't want to go to that I could maybe scramble and such toward as like my like I would use the gills as my ability for the last turn. Right.
Well,
But
you are
then-
currently in incredibly hot and grassy lowlands. There's no water in sight.
Okay. In that case, I will just try to scramble for now. Well, yeah, which is athletics. So I will, yeah, scramble basically over, light hills, just dodging kind of beneath some of their legs or like jumping. Well, there's not really much I could like jump off, right? It's just like a plain or a savanna or something. But
There are a few trees. Maybe there's the odd like hidden, not cliff, but like steep elevation or something you can jump down.
yeah, jumping down or jumping over one of them maybe and like ducking under another one.
Doing what Frodo did to hide from the Nazguls.
Yes.
Okay, that is a success. You get away slightly more. Tell us.
We'll also squeeze away from these things, as everyone else is doing, using trees and rocks and other things to just try to slink in between and away. Because they're big and fat and can't follow him, hopefully.
They are very big and very fat.
Oh yeah! Nope.
That is not a
It's a
success.
natural one. Oh well.
Anything else?
I guess I'll try to hide after being stomped to death. Yes.
You do manage to hide, so mark down your bonus. Because that will be relevant now. One of you roll me a d8.
Oh,
D8 free. Give me a d4. Okay. As it turns out, as Maida is trying to run away from the Yaruks, trying perhaps to run past the tree, that tree gets charged by a Yaruk and topples. Maida, give me a reflex save as that tree falls towards you.
Okay.
You manage to just dodge out of the way as the significantly sized tree lands near you. But with that, and the tree suddenly not being such a nice option anymore, all acrobatics, athletics, and survival checks in this round take a -1 penalty.
I'll still take it. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna try and squeeze. Even though the DC is now 20. Oh, don't quite make it.
No.
Alright. I'm just gonna hide. And
You do manage to hide if you included the penalty. Even with the penalty, you managed it. Okay, Victor.
What kind of asshole shoots into this? At least Victor's getting some good GoPro footage.
Oh, yes.
Oh
from
yeah,
all
we
this.
got the cameras rolling.
Yeah.
We'll constantly try to catch glimpses of Victor.
Victor is scrambling. So I guess I'll roll that with a -1. 8. Yeah, look at that.
You manage it.
As he like jumps and runs, and he sees like an old, like probably like a giant like a hive of something that's left in the ground. He like can climb down into one of the holes and like just scramble through it to get out on the other side faster than the beast running over the hill. And then because Victor doesn't actually have a varied skill set at all, he's very focused on few things.
Yeah.
What can he even succeed at is the question. I guess he can try to squeeze. Not that he's, not that he's a character who's good at skills, so I'll take a look. I'll take the -1 additional, so I have 6. Nope. He managed to run like, oh crap! There's like another hole in the ground. He tries to get through it, but it's like too small. So we waste a little bit of time like trying to get out of it again before just
It's
running.
stuck a little bit. That's awkward. Right, Maida.
You shouldn't have eaten all that.
I guess I will continue to try to scramble. Or you know what? I could so I can only activate my like stellar moat in like combat situations. Would this count? Like could I basically make like a flashy glow to kind of it's like nighttime, right?
No, it's noon. It's around noon.
Gee whiz. Okay. Never
Say,
mind.
Distract.
I was gonna say try to like blind them a little, but if it's daytime, then that's obviously gonna fail.
Well, it might still be bright enough to distract them.
Possibly.
To get their attention.
My other, I could use it. Yeah. My other option would be to turn it on now, so that in a couple of rounds I could use or so the next round I could have like a photon thing and do my like charge maybe to get some extra like a burst of speed.
You could do that.
Okay, so I'll activate my moat so that next turn I mean, would you say like a bonus on my scramble or whatever, or?
Next turn bonus on the scramble. That sounds good, yeah.
Okay, I will then scramble this turn anyway.
I mean, yeah.
So a 15, which fails.
And fails, yeah.
Yeah. So perhaps the thud of that tree falling behind me, the tremor in the ground made me lose my footing, and I fell over during my scramble attempt, and they were able to continue catching up with me.
Okay, Talos. Stomping all around you.
Yes.
The trees, they aren't safe after all.
Oh no. The trees. Yeah. Well. Spook. No. 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 We'll try to go with a survival check. See if we can navigate out of this. We'll find a path out of the grass and the stomping moo-moos.
Okay.
No. That's no.
See, navigate DC 17. That is a no. Just all look the same. So many.
See if I can hide. Yes.
Yes. Okay, someone who isn't Manikai, roll me a d8.
Sure. Oh, there.
1. One of the Yaruks stops right near several of you and starts bellowing and trumpeting loudly. Give me a d3. Okay, he will target 3 of you. The only one not affected will be you, Maida, in fact.
Oh.
As the rest of you will need to roll me a fortitude save to not get deafened by the loud bellow.
And Telos and Thaddeus get +2.
You do, it's true.
Thaddeus, what is your fortitude bonus for this level? Like your save?
+5.
No, you're from
14.
class. I'm trying to spoof Manakai's roll because he disconnected.
I literally have his character sheet, don't worry.
Oh, that's true. How convenient. Being the GM has its perks.
Yeah, I feel like a 13 is
Victor makes it. 13 is not enough, no.
Okay.
You take 12 points of sonic damage and a -2 penalty to all skill checks this round.
Alright. Rude.
Let's see. Victor saved. Who else is left? Tell us.
Tell us.
Oh, he's on the toilet.
Oh, you should have a button.
Welcome back.
You should have a button, you say.
Yeah.
Might as well wait for him to come back.
Because I made the button and he copied the button.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You survived.
I crashed.
The trumpet.
Yeah. The Yurks trumpeted very, very loudly.
Okay. Did I take an action?
No, it wasn't your turn yet.
Oh, okay. Just sort of decided to do it now.
No, it's part of the Uruk's action.
Oh, sure.
It was their attack, basically.
Oh, good.
Still waiting for Jonas, but he's not coming back, so I'll do the save for him. And that's a fail. He will. Back. Oh, you're back. Your rook started trumpeting really, really loudly, and Telos can't take it. But he can take 9 points of sonic damage.
Oh.
Time to end it all.
And we both failed.
And you take a -2 to all skill checks this round.
At least that minus to athletics.
Yeah, that's true.
That is gone, yes. Would be Thaddeus then.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a 21 acrobatics.
Also keep your labels updated with these penalties.
I mean, it's only for this round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's definitely a success.
Yeah, and the stealth with a -5 in total to bring it up to 20. And I roll a 2. So, no.
But you do gain a success from scrambling away.
Yep. I'll take away the bit that's in my label, and that is me.
Victor.
Victor scrambles as well. Now unimpaired. Well,
No.
apparently not so unimpaired.
It's not fast enough.
He runs and he falls over like a couple of big rocks, like down into a hole again, and then you'll see if he can just squeeze past it instead. Because maybe, yes,
Yes.
that is a -3 actually, but that still succeeds.
Yeah, 21 still succeeds.
So he didn't scramble away, but he managed to squeeze through big rocks and.
You're halfway out of the herd, but it is agitated.
Oh. Who dare, what kind of assholes shoot into this herd?
Maida.
What bonus would you say that my charge would give me on the scramble?
Is that a like once per day thing, or?
No, it just any time that I'm in my photon mode, I can. It's
Oh,
basically it replaces my charge, my actual charge attack.
Oh, I'd say a +2 then.
Okay. Then I will try to scramble with said +2, and that bonus or the penalty is negated as well. Like it's gone now.
The penalty is gone.
Yeah. Okay. So I fail even with my burst of speed from my charge. Maybe I haven't used it outside of combat situations, so it just trips me up how it's supposed to work, and I just like fucking flop over.
Maybe you try too hard to not hurt the Aruks to make them even angrier.
True, I am literally on fire while sprinting. So.
Anything else?
No, I'm not good enough at anything else.
Okay, tell us.
Well, we'll try to navigate again. Let's see. It was a -2 to all stuff.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof. We'll squeeze. Nope.
Squeeze 16 is not a success.
Nope. Oh well.
Try to like dodge between their legs or something. Just don't manage.
Try to hide. Nope.
All right. Someone who hasn't rolled yet, give me a D8.
I'll do it. 3.
A 3. Another 3 topples. Targeting. Let's see. That would be Thaddeus.
More trees.
Give me a reflex save to dodge the falling tree. You manage to dodge it.
Hooray.
But once again, checks are slightly more difficult. Well, the acrobatics, athletics, and survival checks are more difficult. There's like splinters flying and whatnot. And Thaddeus.
Well, let's try and squeeze. What was the penalty again?
-1.
-1.
Currently, it's -1.
Nope. And stealth. Yeah.
Managed to hide, but not run away.
Nah.
You can hide, but you can't run. Victor.
It makes us believe is still that the best way to not be trampled is not to hide here, it's to just get out. But he just runs more, runs fast, and makes some distance between himself and the herd. Before desperately trying to squeeze, it's probably failing. Yeah, with that penalty and such, it just
Yeah.
well, he made a success. So so far he hasn't been hurt by the things happening around him. So good going, Victor.
Maida. Still on fire.
Yeah, okay. So the bonus would persist, you'd say?
Sure.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm at a net +1 on this as I continue to try to scramble. Oh, there we go. Nice.
You scramble using your fire powers.
Yes. Yeah, basically, I'm just fucking sprinting max speed on fire through this grass. But the fire somehow doesn't light everything around me on fire, which is nice for the environment. But the burst of speed lets me weave between the trampling legs with a little bit more reliability.
That puts you at 7. Tell us.
Keep squeezing, just keep squeezing, and everything will be fine.
Okay.
Fine. No.
No, it is not fine.
Best way not to get hurt is just to be here.
I'm trying to squeeze away. I'm rolling 4s.
I'm trying not
Does
to be.
run like an extra time faster than everyone else. This goes jet dash.
Anyone else? Anything else?
Sneaky.
I'm done.
Okay. In that case, who hasn't rolled yet? D8. Jonas?
Sure. Oops.
We got so far to go still.
I know.
5. Give me a D4.
It's
Who
not
gets
good.
one hand on them?
Okay, as it turns out, multiple Yaruks have decided that this is all Thaddeus' fault.
Oh man.
Just keep
And,
smashing into Thaddeus.
Running towards him. I need 2 more D8s from Thaddeus.
Pick your own poison, eh?
Okay.
So, oh, it was close. Oh God!
So
Okay. One of the Yaruks gets really close and trumpets right into Thaddeus, basically.
Nice.
Give me a fortitude save.
Fuck.
You
I do get a
manage
+2,
to-
it's 19.
Yeah, you do manage to not get deafened by the trumpet.
Angry.
And the other 2 of the 3 Yaruks that have started chasing Thaddeus are fighting each other instead.
Oh, good.
it wasn't too bad.
Alright, I'm gonna try and squeeze away. Do we still have the -1?
No, that's gone.
Excellent.
No. That's like a 2.
Now's the time.
Alright, I'm gonna hide. Yeah, there we go.
Can't
Hiding.
squeeze, but can hide.
I can hide for days, man.
They call me the hider.
You do hide. Victor.
He's not called the ghost for nothing.
Victor runs. Like, it's worked so far. And it's, probably going to keep working. Just keep running and don't look back. And that's the plan. No, that is not good at all. Apparently there's so much, like, you'd think an open plain like this,
The
but
plan is
apparently there's so
failing.
much terrible crap in the way that he constantly has to try to squeeze instead. And that always seems to work better. So apparently he's just picked a really bad path. And there's just like rocks and like weird like termite mounts and stuff. Like those African termite mounts is like 2 meters. Just like a little forest of them.
You squeeze away through more underground, well, slightly underground tunnels, dodging out of the way. Maida.
Little unoriginal, but you can probably guess what Madar will try to do. He will try to scramble with a 16 and fail, even with being on fire. Speedy boy.
Made a why?
Just can't. I actually, I have a +8 to this. I'm just rolling really terribly in classic Jake fashion.
And wasn't that another success because of the squeeze?
Sorry, yes, it was. Putting you at 8. Almost out. 3rd to go. Anything else, Maida?
We might as well try something here.
Remember, you can't shoot at them and try to spook them, but
I can do that, yes.
but doing 10 damage is a big.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Do them a stun knife just for that thing at them.
I have a d6 plus 2 damage. I can't do 10 damage.
I could probably do 10 damage.
I suppose I can try.
Might also piss them off, but
shoot. Yeah, fuck it.
DC 20.
I will.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? That would also alert whoever shot at them that we're here, though.
Maybe it'll piss some of them off enough to run at that guy. And you got a decent charisma, right? You have an intimidate, I'm sure.
Also, you haven't exactly been
quiet,
subtle.
I suppose. My intimidate is +3. Yes.
Like you're literally on fire.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try to shoot, and I'll try to do a spook, and shoot at them. I hit, and I am in photon mode, so I do 10 damage.
Do exactly 10 damage.
You get a
okay.
+4.
So I get a +4,
+4
so a total +7 on intimidate.
I mean, they might be
20
spooked.
+7. I do not spook them.
No, you shoot one of them. It does impact and penetrate the fake hide, but it's so angry it doesn't notice.
Oh, wow, that's really angry.
Like DR10.
Tell us.
I was hoping for a video of a scared move, but but in lieu of that, I guess we'll keep squeezing because that's what I can do. So I have the best chance of doing. Yes? No. Still a 4. Maybe I can navigate instead. Yes?
Yes, you can navigate.
Hooray! I navigate.
The grass around you has been trampled so much that you can actually get a good view about over the area.
Finally. And let's see if I can hide.
-6.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Still good. Okay.
That's it. I'm not gonna go 4th.
Okay. Someone give me a D8.
I'll do it again.
7. So it turns out something, maybe like one of the like old grey and large alphas giving some sort of Yarrow command or whatever. All of them suddenly turn direction, and like it's chaos, but a different kind of chaos from before. And all of you suddenly find yourself that it's going to be much more difficult to do exactly the same thing you just did. As during this phase, each PC takes a -4 penalty to any skill check you've already done last round.
What?
Well,
-4?
To anything you've done last round, if you want to do it this round.
Oh my god, I don't... Like...
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So
do things you haven't done.
wow. Yeah. I guess so. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, god damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to try and scramble. Because that's different. See, 18? Yeah. Alright. A scramble for another success.
Even with the unexpected turns, you're quick enough.
And I'm just figuring out what It says -4 for doing it again. Oh my god. We get a 19. Alright, that's actually not too bad for my stuff. So I'll try and hide as well. So it's like 22 I need.
No,
Not quite.
can't hide this time.
Alright.
Victor.
Victor sees one of them turn direction, and he's like, "No, don't go this way. I'm here. I'm still stuck in this hole." So instead, what he'll try to do is throw his star knife at it and see if he can scare it away. It's a returning star knife, so it'll come back to him. But who knows? That looks like a hit.
You hit
11 damage.
and do enough damage with a star knife.
Yeah. It's thrown really hard, as it turns out. Right in the face. And then it also cools shot for the camera. And then Victor has a +8 to his intimidate, which is,
+8?
gets spooked. He has a +4 and then +4 from the...
Okay. It does get spooked and runs their way.
Yes, excellent. And then, what does he do then? Well, then let's try to run away, though. He has a huge penalty to that, so, I mean, it might still work. So I just need a... No.
No.
With a -7, it's pretty hard.
But you're almost out of the thick of it. Maida.
Let's try something like survival. We'll try to navigate, because
that could work.
I could continue just trying to scramble, but I feel like the spirit of this round is not in that. So I will attempt my dangdest to navigate. And wow. Maybe that
17 is exactly enough.
Maybe I should just do that instead of the thing I'm good at.
Me and squeezing.
And with Maida's sudden epiphany, probably communicated over like comlink or loudspeaker or whatever, you manage to leave the angry herd behind you.
It's because there's like a bunch of trees that are low, but tall enough that we don't get bothered by them. But they're like basically like a
at your
like a razor wire tree, like full of spikes, like a African savanna trees, just like a grove of them close together. These things don't want to go into.
Yeah. So you have a moment to catch your breath. And as you look around, you notice that you're pretty much at the edge of the properly forested area. And spot something peculiar not too far away from you. Namely, right there.
Oh, well.
Looking sort of like that.
Look at that thing. Does anyone know what that is?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that that's the obelisk.
I mean, but... Yeah.
Also, the Yaruks don't stop chasing you because there's trees in the way, but you notice there's a river with a bridge going over it. It's a pretty rickety bridge, which seems enough to deter the Yaruks not to chase you.
We run past the bridge, over the bridge. We destroy it behind us. That kind of people.
It would be hard to completely destroy, as it appears to be out of very, very old stone.
Also be rude.
Much of it in the middle is still missing, but a few of you can still squeeze over easily enough. The Yaruks, however, are much too big. Perhaps if the bridge had been in better condition, it could have supported a Yaruk easily, but this looks thousands of years old.
The Thunderbelly behemoths won't continue past this point. Oof. It could be good.
Cast of all Mayans only sign.
So, yeah, I guess we can take a little breath here by the big ominous obelisk.
You certainly can take a rest to recover some stamina if you like.
What was the rule on that?
Spend a resolve point, and during a 10-minute rest, you can get all your stamina back.
I'll do that.
Yes.
So is this obelisk something? Is that like a milestone?
I mean, it was a thing on his on the
There's
list.
a rune obelisk.
When did he?
Day 20.
Day 20.
4 days in.
Yeah.
Just like what we've done, seems.
Yep. About 4 days in. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it is about afternoon, perhaps. Still a few hours of daylight and heat left.
So this is a shrine to the ancient gods of primitives. Just looking upon the obelisk,
Talos looks
remembering
at
the
it.
tale of the brave explorer who came before.
I suppose. Looks at it again. Talos isn't much of an historian.
Honestly, it said in the notes that this was used for the elves to do gruesome blood sacrifices.
Yeah, but that's what the guy that exaggerated the Uruks as being thunder-bellied
Victor is doing the
behemoths.
same thing because this, like, the wrestling audience does not want like legit science. Like this,
sure.
that doesn't make for a good story.
Thaddeus just rolls his eyes.
Yeah, the blood sacrifice shrine. Yeah, I mean, you guys can look around it. I don't know that there's anything like it's a milestone.
It is. I suppose it's already fairly catalogued. Otherwise, we could
Like
take
old
drawings and stuff
runes
for
that
it
are mostly gone and stuff.
from it for the Starfinder Society. But I think it's sort of already in the database,
I mean,
right?
we'll move the camera around it. You know,
Sure.
look at it.
Do you want to approach it then?
Sure. Yeah, Victor will approach it.
All right.
Film it. Watch out for ghosts, though.
Give me a perception check, everyone.
The worst that can happen.
Talos?
No one's good at perception. Except for Talos. Good thing we have him.
Yeah, Thaddeus might be too busy looking at the obelisk itself, but everyone else notices that not only is there an obelisk,
Actually, plus 6.
it's not the only artificial structure that seems to be around here. There are a bunch of just stones, like brick-like stones, rather large, just laying about. Not really part of a building, perhaps, but certainly artificial and coming from somewhere. Most of them, well, all of this really is overgrown pretty heavily as nature has taken over. What you see is probably not the tip of the iceberg, but there's probably lots more of this sort of debris-like brick just laying around.
All right.
In fact, let me put you on the map here to show you what's up. Right, there. Talos can also spot that apparently the trees here have borne fruit. Much of it has fallen down. And you've arrived at a pretty convenient time, as while the fruit is ripe and on the floor, it's not really rotten yet and can pretty much just be picked up and eaten. In addition, he hears the chattering of what appears to be monkeys sitting in the trees, like
Oh, no.
chattering to each other, staring at you rather intently. Occasionally, one of them hopping down from the trees, landing right in front of you, making some sort of vaguely threatening gesture, perhaps, but with their small size, it's not exactly threatening. Although it is worth saying that they are no regular monkeys. In
Let's
fact,
not take their fruit. They're probably poisonous or something.
they look like this. It's a slight wing-like
terrifying.
membrane between their arms that they do use to fly about. Not exactly perfectly, but mostly gliding a little distance, and a mean-looking stinger at the end of their tails.
Yeah, I mean, these don't seem... Let's not... Yeah. We don't need the devilish sting bats to hurt us, so...
I will sting them back.
Gotta agree.
Victor looks at them, looks at the stinger, looks at the fruit, looks at the little iron stone circling his head, and says, should we just let them be?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't...
I'm not gonna fuck with any cursed fruit.
Yeah, like devil bats doesn't
You
sound like
have
a nice
eaten
thing.
the blood fruit.
You know what I am gonna do though? I think I'm gonna
So many
pluck.
blue things around that obelisk, though.
I'm gonna pluck my iron stone
Again, if
out of the air and put it in my pocket, so no thieving fucking monkeys steal it.
immediately 4 days of not eating come crashing
Yeah,
down
we're
upon
just
it.
starving. Could be a good idea though. What?
Sure.
This is probably going to be a fast and quick ruling here, sheep. But if we take our ironstone off, what would you say the rule for hunger is? Like, do we become retroactively hungry, or do we resume our hunger cycle at the state we were before?
I think the latter makes more sense. Otherwise, you can never take it off, or you will instantly die.
It is one of those
Yeah,
takes
Yeah.
24 hours to activate, though.
it'd be so funny.
Oh,
It
it
takes
takes
how long?
No, it doesn't say so, but like I imagine that's the idea.
Also, the map currently is mostly meant as an abstract to show you what the terrain looks like. You're still at least 100 feet away from the actual obelisk. It's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
just do you want to go close to it and fuck with these monkeys? I don't feel like
The
that is a good
I mean,
thing to do.
the thing is, if I was like a mystic or something, I would probably want to investigate it. But like,
I mean, the notes here
magic-
say that there were few runes on it, so most of them are probably very weathered at this point.
The thing is, Talos has no way of interpreting or doing anything with magic, so it's just not something he does.
Madar as a Kasatha wants to investigate, but Madar as a bounty hunter and adventurer wants nothing to do with it.
Beyond that, like the notes here say that the statues of elves have all sorts of boils and like horrible disease on them. So, I mean, no thanks. Right? Radioactive element, he says. I want. I don't need ancient elven curses to be heard. Isn't that what we're here for? Is it possible, Sheep, do you think, to go around these monkeys and just like, no?
Going around the monkeys would imply that you go around that territory, which you have very little way of actually knowing what's part of the territory and what isn't. Like, as of this moment, they are basically surrounding you in the different trees and such.
Chuck
A
the
good
grenades
dozen.
at them. I'll scare them off.
Dragon gland the trees
I
down.
mean, could someone do like a science check to see what they know about these fucking monkeys? If they're like, they will murder you. If you kill one of them, they will follow you forever. Like wildebeests. Just like,
They're called the revenge monkey. If you disturb them at all, they will destroy everything to get you.
Wildebeest. If you kill one of the herd will follow you and try to kill you.
I mean, sure, I can life science. What do I know? No.
They're monkeys.
It's a thing. There might be mammals, I'm not sure.
Yeah, tell us no. There's nothing else other than they certainly look like monkeys, except for the fact that they can fly and have a mean stinger. They certainly act like monkeys, just monkeying around. occasionally doing shows of dominance over you and each
what
other.
if, Victor, looking at these monkeys, what if we just want to dump like a week's worth of rations here? Like they might like that. You know, it's like interesting
they be?
food and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's not very much.
You
They'd
know,
become our monkey protectors, and we could take them everywhere. And
we
as long as we keep
just need to
feeding them,
distract them enough for
our
us to
enemies.
leave. Like, you know.
I would much
Like-
rather have a swarm of monkeys as a pet.
Or they could do what baboons do and just keep following you.
I mean, they would probably eat this first.
Maybe.
They can probably catch up to us way faster than we can get away. They can just eat and then follow us.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but you know, how long are they going to keep following us? I'm sure there's something else that eats them here.
Who knows?
This is the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, Victor will try that because he's Victor, and he's like, "Oh yeah, monkeys. Animals like food. I got a week worth of rations here. I can put those out and just like whatever it is, whatever Kasatha, no, like the Shunta rations are. He'll dump a week worth of them, for the monkeys, and then like try to keep moving. Like, here, monkeys, have this food. Now I will leave it here while I go somewhere else, so that you can have your way with it.
Okay, give me a d20 with a +4. Can't really communicate your intention, but you can certainly communicate throwing food on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Here's food. Now I leave.
16. The result is interesting. It takes just a moment really, until at least one of them jumps down, grabs one of the like military rations, probably packed in like plastic foil or whatever, deftly unpacks it and bites into it. The other dozen or so monkeys staring intently at the result. But after the rations are obviously edible and not immediately lethal, more and more descend on the pile. But after a minute or so, you perhaps already having started away, it appears that the monkeys split into two factions, especially regarding towards you. It's luckily sort of easy to tell what they want, because they do actually point and such. It appears that half the monkeys want you to just not go around the obelisk, and the others want to make absolutely sure that you do, in fact, not approach the obelisk. Like, some of them are just standing in front of you while you try to keep your distance to the obelisk, whereas the others are almost running at you, trying to keep you between the obelisk and them, screeching, and then like turning away before they actually attack you. Occasionally, the monkeys fight between each other. It's a bit of a mess. It does look like you've made some friends, but it's hard to tell which ones were the ones who actually accepted your food. Give me a perception check.
All of us, or?
No, just Maida. Maida has no idea which of the monkey groups is the one that actually accepted the food. Like, apparently one of them didn't take kindly to you giving food to them. But the other did in fact accept the food.
Victor will reach to get more rations and see which group is like angry about that, and which one is like, yes.
All right, you dump another week's worth of rations.
Sure.
It looks like the group that wants to keep you away from the obelisk is the one that takes all the food.
Good, yeah. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure, we can use
the other
our
one
monkey
wants
friends
to just kill us so that they can eat all our food.
Yeah, so
but they can't justify killing us if we don't go to the obelisk.
So is it like, do we just like murder all the monkeys that want us to go to the obelisk? Guys, is that what we do?
Why would we do that though? If we can avoid them, that's perfectly fine.
That's what I'm saying. But half of them is like, no, you have to go to the obelisk, otherwise we'll kill you.
Then we kill
Well,
them.
the other half is like, no, don't go to the obelisk. It's a bad place, and you
Yeah,
gave us food, so we don't want you to go.
We avoid the obelisk, and if they want to come
Yeah.
after us, we'll fight them.
Yeah.
We have
I mean,
grenades.
we don't just start a monkey genocide, but if they
Monkey
come
fight.
at us, we fucking fight them.
Mm.
Screw them.
Get a spear and a stark knife. That's all I need. A stark knife.
Yeah, fuck these monkeys.
I have a pistol that shoots lightning.
I
I'll
have a
shot
rifle
the
that
monkey.
shoots lightning, I think.
I can
Right, I'll
breathe
move
fire.
you like there. As the monkeys that want you to keep you going towards the obelisk don't seem to take too kindly at you actually walking the other way, and you finally become properly aggressive, like stinger bat flying at you, the screeching noises having gone from slightly intimidating to just completely raw and primal as they do attack. Sort of like so. It appears there are 6 monkeys, one of which seems to want to fight the other monkeys. This one.
Oh, monkey. A monkey friend.
As
No,
we go to
when we
initiative.
take over, he will be monkey president.
Yes. He will lead the monkeys into a golden age of monkeyness.
Monkeying about.
Mm-hmm.
He'll follow after Uncle Teslas and make his own monkey show called Monkey Business.
So give me some initiative.
Bollocks, man.
Initiative.
You know, Tessalus is down there fighting his own monkey.
Yeah.
Suffice to say that anything that looks like it should be difficult terrain is in fact difficult terrain. Like these branches. This is pretty even more difficult to traverse. You'd have to climb up here. These walls are not, but these roots would be. Victor. Who's Victor?
Find out what a sticky bomb grenade does. No, because I have one, and I feel like grenading monkeys seems to be a good idea. Entanglement. Okay, so it's just like gross sticky stuff. I mean, I think we're supposed to not kill them, but I think these ones want to die.
Those ones, I think they can die.
They want to die.
Yeah.
It's a sticky bomb grenade 2.
It just entangles them if they fail. It's not really too exciting. Yeah, I mean, do we just murder the monkeys? I feel like that's what we're doing here. So I guess Victor will just get on that, you know, just on the monkey murder. And yeah, I suppose that'll stop just stepping over here. You know, you want to get in position so he can use his pike to like attack opportunity anyone that comes close. And then he'll try to jab it into this this monkey thing that's close by here. About 32.
I don't see any of the monkeys on the initiative.
No, we don't see them there. But presumably they don't want to fight. But
No,
we'll
you
just
don't.
stab them all. So yeah, tactical piking going on here. Let's hope they're not too difficult to hit.
You hit and pierce him, causing him to screech in pain and look very determined to sting you.
He's fine, guys. Come on. Yeah, that's Victor. He moved and he stabbed a monkey. So.
Tell us.
I'll try to sneak up to the monkey to stab, sneaky shoot it. Shish, monkey.
You managed to sneak up to it.
Haha! Yes. It's time to sneak attack the monkey. Kapow!
They're so distracted. Which one? This one?
Yes.
Yeah, it falls over dead.
Alright.
That's what you'll get, monkeys. Freaks.
Shoots out of the gun, hits it.
They seem angry enough as this one jumps off this tree here and floats over to Thaddeus. stinging him.
It was
Trying
his
to sting
fault, really.
13 is not a miss, I think. This guy's dead. That is.
5 foot stepping and shooting is a thing, right?
Yes.
5 step is a move action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Like that.
And then I'm gonna shoot it in its stupid monkey face. With a very big gun.
Ah, yes. The shot penetrating the jungle. As you do 11 damage. And hurt it rather a lot.
Die,
monkey.
stupid monkey.
Down here. It will. Let's see. Can it run past you? Oh, it can do something like this. Getting all in the middle of that.
Well, I will take my time
Okay.
to get to stab the monkey as it comes close. Gah.
That would be a miss. As this monkey will try to sting Maida.
Rude.
24.
Ow.
For
Yeah.
3 piercing damage, and give me a fortitude save, as their stingers are in fact poisoned. But the poison does not seem to affect you.
Excellent.
This
So,
guy.
3 damage.
Charge at Maida. At Victor. By charge, I mean move, because I don't want to look up the rules for charging. 26.
Yes, I get stabbed by a monkey.
5 piercing and a fortitude save.
Not had good luck with those in the past. And this is definitely magic, right?
No, it's completely mundane.
18.
18 is enough.
It is my best save.
Let's see. This monkey monkeys around a bit, and then stings this monkey. Hits 3 points of damage.
Flanking, is that a thing in this game?
I believe so.
Then I'm flanking with the monkey. Yes, poison the monkey.
This monkey will go for Thaddeus. Sting him. 17. No.
No. Just
Maida.
favorite lot of monkeys.
I will quickly extend my own stinger as a swift action. Which is, I did make a macro for this. Past me, you're the best. Number 171, I will fucking try to sting.
You sting the monkey.
Okay, then he is injected with my venom.
He will try to resist your venom with a reflex save, really?
Apparently, that's what I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's what. Let me look. I have it open on here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I wrote it wrong. It is fortitude.
Okay. He fails. And
Then he
let's
takes
see.
5 damage every turn until he resists. And
so
I don't
that's-
think that photon. Well, I think the photon mode does. It does. The wording of photon mode is that it's literally all damage. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so he takes 8 damage from that, and 5 now or on his turn?
No. It's he takes 8 damage from the attack and then 6 damage from the venom per turn now.
Okay.
It says an affected creature attacks with your stinger and deal 1d6 piercing damage and automatically inject venom. An affected creature can attempt a fortitude save to resist the effect. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d6 damage immediately and must attempt a new fortitude saving throw at the end of each turn to end the
Okay.
effect. And every time it fails, it takes 2d6 more.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty legit. I need to get me some of those.
Yeah, well, you only get one. You get you can use the stinger as a weapon always, but once you inject it, you can you don't get more venom until the next time you rest.
Okay, Victor.
Victor will try to finish it off with a tactical piking. Oof. Look at that.
Yes, it had 1 hit point, and now it has minus 13.
Get stab there. And then he'll take a guarded step over here.
Okay, tell us.
Well, Talos will poke The one south of Victor. 70. See if you can stealth. No. That's the normal shot then. Kaboom!
20 is a hit. Against which one?
70.
70, yes.
Yes.
Hit
7
for
lightning damage.
7 damage.
Smoked monkey.
Yes. That's it.
This monkey is angry that his target stepped away. So he will go here to flank with his monkey
I
body.
will attack of opportunity him.
Okay.
That's
That
the thing
is a
anyone
hit.
can do, right?
Only if they step out of your threatened area.
Okay.
Which, since
I'm
Victor
just-
has reached,
yeah.
that happens a lot.
Step
Yeah.
out of? I don't think that's how it works.
What?
I'm pretty sure it's as long as they move within my threatened area.
No, step out of. Pretty
Are
sure.
you sure?
I might be confusing things. Let me
I
look
think
that up.
that's 5e, you think?
On basics, actions in combat, reactions. When you threaten the space and the opponent moves out of that space. Yes, okay.
Every space.
Okay. He would be hit, but he tries to scamp out of it. But he doesn't manage it. He tries to dodge, but he just gets speared anyways.
Mhm.
And dies.
Yeah.
That is.
I can still reload and shoot a thing right in my face in melee, so I'm just gonna have to do that.
What does shooting melee do it again?
I think it's so.
Provokes an attack.
Isn't it? Can you not attack the guy that you're fighting though?
I think that's 5e too.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
it's 5e.
5e? Ah,
You shoot
This
a melee,
game has
you provoke
Pathfinder,
an attack.
Basically, yeah, attack of opportunity rules.
god damn it. Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
So, I think it's like a swift action to like change hands. So I'm gonna put my sniper rifle in my left hand. Then with my right hand, I'm gonna draw my sword as a move action, and then I'm gonna fucking try and stab him.
Okay.
As
Stab him.
standard.
That is a hit. 5 points. Stab the monkey.
Fuck you, monkey.
This monkey will. What will he do? He'll take a guarded step here. He can do that. Then he'll try to stab Talos. 22.
Certainly a hit.
6 points of piercing and a fortitude save.
Okay. Is it a poison?
It is a poison.
Then I have a +2 bonus because I'm an android.
Okay.
So 8.
That is enough. More than enough.
Alright, wonderful.
This monkey will go here to flank with Victor and stab
Yes.
the other monkey.
Yes, he's my friend monkey.
He hits for 6.
Name is
As it turns
Bobby.
out, that monkey is immune to his monkey poison.
Emu.
Immune.
Yes.
Cows everywhere.
No, they're coming back.
This monkey will stab Thaddeus for net 20.
Oh god.
For 9 points of piercing damage.
Poor
And a
Thaddeus
fortitude
is
save.
getting so much abuse tonight.
monkey. 9 points of damage and what?
And a fortitude save.
These monkeys are better hidden than I am.
It's pretty
Fucking-
good.
Fuck
That
you,
is
monkey.
enough. Maida.
I keep forgetting to check what action it is to activate my my solar weapon, so I'm just gonna keep stabbing him with my stinger. Oh dear. I double clicked on my token, and now I heard a ding, and I have to look through all my windows to see where the ding came from. Ah, found it. Okay, we're good. I don't remember why I was looking at the ding, but I'm gonna stab the monkey.
You stab the monkey.
That's a venom spur. That is a good
And
venom
he is
spur.
dead. Victor.
Alright, well, our monkey has selected the right team vector things as he moves over here and stabs at this one. Monkey.
You
Maximum
murder the
damage.
monkey.
Axe monkey.
Yeah, just jabs it right in the throat. What happens when you stab Thaddeus?
You have decimated a third of the monkeys. The other two monkeys who were angry at you leaving the obelisk, quieting down and joining the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As this monkey, jump up here, do a display, like raising his arms and doing a dance.
Yeah, I film it. Film the dance.
You film the dancing monkey. Okay.
We have befriended the locals. They have led us in the right direction.
Victor says, like, into the camera.
Looks away from all the bloody ones. Because,
Yeah. We're befriending the locals, and one is like impaled on his spear. We have convinced them to.
Like slowly sliding
Yeah.
down. You can blur it. Yeah, film the dance monkey says, now we'll leave you alone. And then we'll go around.
The monkey does like a slightly more elaborate dance, making a variety of gestures as well as pointing at the obelisk. Give me an insight to understand the monkey.
Yes, Victor,
Not culture to culturally analyze the monkey's dance.
No.
Oh.
Is that even a thing?
It's not like insight isn't a thing.
However, as a wrestler, I'm used to a lot of gratuitous nonverbal communication.
It's true.
So I would certainly understand better what this primitive monkey is trying to say with its.
You practically
displays.
communicating grunts.
Yeah.
That is so stupid, I'll accept it.
I don't know how often I'm going to use this skill. Well, a natural one.
Wow.
That's rude, monkey. That's okay. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying with an obelisk. Huh.
There isn't any insight.
Yeah, you don't really know what
Can
he's
I
trying to say.
Can I sense the motive of the monkey?
Yes, I was looking for sense motive when I asked for insight. Well, even Victor agrees with that. The monkey appears to have changed his mind for you to, in fact, approach the obelisk, but he's not being aggressive about it. He's not forcing you to go there. He's like pointing at it, as if he's requesting you to go there.
Does he look like a game master?
No, he does not. It is, in fact, still a choice.
Victor is confused about whether,
Very confused about this.
He also rolled a 1 in 7.
But he is friendly monkey, so
I don't know what this monkey wants now.
I mean, sure. Okay, fine.
Is there a monster at the obelisk, and monkey wants us to kill the monster because he saw how powerful we were?
If friendly, helpful monkey wants us to go to the obelisk, we might as well go and take a look at the obelisk. That's what I feel.
Just seems like we killed all the other ones for no reason.
Yeah, well, different political factions, and maybe we'd settle a dispute or something.
Who knows? Sure. I guess we can go to the horrible cursed elf place. But Victor doesn't think.
Thaddeus goes first.
Yeah, Victor will see what happens to Thaddeus. He's an android. He's resistant to all the horrible elf poison that these statues have. So.
I don't know about that, but...
Right, so you decide to approach the obelisk.
Yes. Well... Is friendly monkey coming with us?
He's sort of trudging along.
Mm-hmm. Stays behind,
hiding behind a tree.
Sets up a little cross.
Yes.
But as you get sort of close, and by close I mean it's still pretty damn far away, like 50 feet or so. The monkey does like some sounds that almost sound like a warning, while still pointing at the obelisk.
I don't understand what you want, monkey.
He says, don't. He says, that is the obelisk. He points to it and says, don't go to the obelisk, humans. And be like, oh, he's pointing at it. He must want us to go.
We'll go around the obelisk then, I suppose.
He's pointing pretty insistently, especially as you move the other way again.
Oh, let's go to the obelisk.
For fuck's sake, monkey.
Thaddeus goes to the obelisk.
He's our best friend.
No sense at all.
How about someone sneaks to the obelisk?
Do we have speak with animals? Can anyone?
That spell doesn't exist in Starfinder.
Great.
No, impossible.
It's lost to
There
time.
is no way to speak.
Now it's like speak with robot, which is not useful because they have interfaces. So
Yeah, you can type to them. So
that's why none of us are spellcasters. Because we looked at the list and we'd be like,
yeah,
Mm.
the list was kind
light once per day is my class ability. Nah,
The
don't
list
think
was
so.
kind of awful. Yeah.
I can be a shitty flashlight.
I do that as like part of my main
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean Victor doesn't want to close the obelisk. He's fast enough that he can very quickly get to the others if they do.
Thaddeus is going. Monkey's insistent. He believes in monkeys. There was an evening that he won't discuss.
Thaddeus' second wife
Yeah. Ooh.
stories.
I'm telling you.
She made
Fucking bring it, obelisk.
Fucking monkeys.
like Tesla coils shoot light.
All right. Thaddeus goes towards the obelisk.
It's got obelisk of light from Nod. It's just and then blast.
The monkey following him slightly, a few steps behind, making encouraging noises.
Yes, human. Yes. There are landmines here. We need a way.
Like cooing, like encouraging us.
I guess we will follow. Victor wants to follow the monkey here, monkey 4, close enough that if it betrays us, it can get a stock knife in the back.
Yeah. Will this
That is
be
a
the
good
first
range.
betrayal?
Okay, so you approach the obelisk also.
From
That's
a
what I'm hearing.
distance,
From a distance.
so that
How
I
far
can see
distant?
what happens to Thaddeus.
Okay,
Well,
sight distance.
range of.
Thaddeus can approach. He can also give me a perception check.
Oh yes, my greatest of all skills.
I think you're as good as I am.
I've rolled a 4 on that every
Wait.
single time.
Yeah, the obelisk is a pretty imposing structure, about 15 feet by 15 feet, entirely covered in vines and plants and rather prettily blooming flowers. Purple blooms emitting a slight glow, even. The monkey continues pointing.
Fucking monkey.
If something bad happens, Victor should be there. He will move up to Thaddeus
Okay.
because he can't let his friend go alone. Okay.
Stay back, Maida.
I'm
We need someone to be able to tell our tale if we fail.
Yeah, exactly. I got the GoPro trained right on you.
Please do.
Be great.
As the other two of you approach, roll me will saves.
Who are the other two?
Well, Telos and Maida, of course.
What type of effect is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
It depends on my.
But it might be a mind affecting effect that depends on smell.
You said what kind of?
Mind affecting.
I need to check. In that case.
It's a check
No,
to
what
turn
kind of
into a
save
monkey.
or check?
Will save.
Will save. Well. Yeah, fuck it.
All right. I mean, the flowers are certainly pretty. Smell rather nice. But other than that, it's, you can see some writing on the obelisk, somewhat obscured by whatever mold or fungus or plants have grown inside of the indentations.
+2 on this. Oh yeah.
But other than that,
Nat 20.
the smell doesn't bother you one bit.
Well, what does monkey seem to do?
Monkey seems upset that you've stopped.
Go back.
Fucking
Continue
fuck you,
to
monkey.
But he is also rather agitated as you approach.
I'm
With
fucking.
Give me perception checks. Thaddeus excluded because he's already had one.
Okay.
All right. Telos and Maida. Well, all of you really, I believe, won't be surprised, as the plants around the obelisk turn out to, in fact, be alive, as the monkey has, in fact, warned.
Has he?
You kind of insisted that we go this way.
Yeah. But the monkey wants you to fight, as the glowing purple plants and vines around the obelisk turn out to be this thing that slowly rears up and starts biting at you.
I
An
will mess
asshole
it up.
monkey.
That is a
Maybe
weird
there's
thing.
treasure behind this plant. And he was like, "Oh, you're badass enough to kill the asshole monkey, so now you can get the treasure and free my clan from its mind slavery, whatever."
Yeah.
We'll murder it.
You
We'll
know,
murder
I
it.
believe this.
Give me some initiative.
Yeah, we'll murder this thing or harvest it.
Talos and Maida, having such good perception checks, can also roll me life science if you have it trained.
I do not.
Oh god, it's a monster crap plant.
17.
17. You aren't entirely sure what this is, but it's certainly not entirely a plant.
Was vulnerability a thing in this game?
Yes,
Hmm.
but with that sort of check, you wouldn't think that this thing would be particularly vulnerable to anything.
Alright.
Missing Maida?
Oh, right. I'm not used to having to roll it myself.
As appropriate, Talos gets to act first. As the vines unwrap, the flowers begin glowing slightly more intently, and then sort of diffuse again as the effect they might want to cause doesn't seem to take on you.
Mhm. Well-
The monkey will, of course, join this fight.
Of course. Let's see if I can stealth the plant. Yes, probably.
Yes.
Alright, let's see
You
if
don't even know where its eyes are, but it doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Alright, let's see if I can sneak attack the plant. Oh yeah!
Yes, you hit the plant
8
in its
damage.
planty bits.
Yes, zap zap. That's it.
Maida.
Was 13 enough to save against the thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. In that case, I will have my stinger out still and draw my rifle and try to shoot it. And also enter photon mode, as usual.
But anyone who has a two-handed range weapon,
Yeah,
make sure you have hands enough.
I definitely have hands enough.
You hit. Shoot at the plant, piercing it. Some of the fake bark sort of peeling off. Thaddeus.
Right. I'm right in its goddamn face. But my buddy Red Terror can get in its face, so I'm gonna guarded step over here.
Okay, it does have 10-foot reach.
Well, you're in the sweet spot for that. You're 15 away.
That's true, I am 15 away.
I don't believe diagonals work like that. Let me double check. Actions, no. Reach. Other rule terms. Rounding? No. It's sort of important, so give me a second here. Reach. Hello. I'm sure there was like a...
Yeah, I mean, my
thing.
guess is that it doesn't. Because I think I remember that being a thing. That they took away that.
Reach. See reach and threatened squares on page 255.
Just so long since we did this.
Reach and threatened squares. Your reach is all adjacent, including diagonal, but that's only adjacent. For more about the reach weapon special property, see this page. God damn it.
Make a call then. I believe.
Yes, there it is. If your reach is 10 feet, you threaten the second square of a diagonal. This is an exception to the normal rule for calculating distance.
Oh.
Well,
He does still threaten you. It doesn't really have a gender.
alright. Well, I'm not gonna be in melee. I don't want to be in melee with it. That's just a thing. So I'm just gonna. Can I take a second guarded step? Or just convert my standard?
I think so. I don't see why not.
I'm gonna do it because fuck you, plant. And that'll be me. Because that's move and standard.
Okay, Victor.
All right. Well, I don't want to have to be the one to go close to it, because that'll let it full attack, and I don't want to do that. So instead, this might be another time to see if I can. Well, yeah, I can probably just star knife it really, and then when it comes closer, I can begin stabbing it. So let's do that. We'll take out his star knife and just throw it at him.
That is a miss. Doesn't pierce its barky vines.
To grab it as it flies back. Take out the spear, preparing to get engaged.
The monkey can't reach the plant. So it'll go here and throw dirt at it, doing nothing. As the plant will lumber forward and attack Victor just once, biting at it with its many weird mouth things.
Oh god, guys, that's a lot of hit. Can't stop that.
For 10 piercing damage.
Oh.
Tell us.
I need a pep talk.
No pep talks. Cassius is too distracted.
He's too drunk.
Get drunk on the fermented fruit.
Yeah.
You've got a monkey instead.
Oh, great. So let's move up here and see if he can stealth. Probably not. And then we will shoot. Arc pistol go. No, nothing.
No, that's
it.
Maida.
I will also activate my solar weapon. Just round out my capabilities. Probably not going to get into melee, but having the option here, I'm going to just keep shooting him.
Also, a question. I sort of assumed the answer. Do you have your armors currently active with the environmental protection?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That is sort of important. Yeah, that's a hit.
Yay.
Ripping off more vines and such. Thaddeus.
Alright. Let's try this again. Now I can shoot you, you stupid goddamn plant. I'm just gonna have to... yeah, I don't think any of my stuff... Okay, I'm just gonna shoot it in its stupid face.
That is just a hit. Another 9 damage. It doesn't look too great. Rat Terror.
I don't like it, but I have two choices here. I could either stab it or move back and try to sticky bomb grenade it. I don't know what the save on that is.
It should be... I believe it's 10 plus strength.
Plus dexterity modifier. Dex modifier and half grenades level, it says.
Yeah.
So that's 14 save, which is not really I'm just gonna try to stab it for now. Should I do full tactical spiking stabbing? I feel like I should do that. Yeah, let's do a full attack.
Okay, first one hits for 11. Slashing into the plant.
Brace for impact.
As first of all, the monkey will smell the sweetness of the plants and do a 48 save. Then it'll approach, get bitten, and doesn't quite die.
Kill it, monkey.
Then he will sting the plant.
Save your
and
clan.
miss. The plant will move forward.
God damn it, plant.
Yeah, it wants to bite so many things. I believe that gives Victor an attack of opportunity.
It does.
Which sucks for the plant, but it's not very smart. As with like its last feeble attempt to bite at both Thaddeus and Victor simultaneously, it'll just scatter pretty much.
Weird mouth thing.
It's like oozing a sort of weird red sap. And as you slice open some of the vines, there's like half digested monkeys in there. As combat is over, as this monkey will screech triumphantly, climb up the top of the rather tall obelisk, and screech again triumphantly.
Okay, so we cleared the monkey's grove of
Safe.
evil plant.
Victor needs like 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Yes, that.
The monkey screeching lures all the other ones.
The monkey screeching is angering the aurochs, and it comes stampeding through the...
Now that you can look around the obelisk a bit, you can see that, like, stuck below this tree trunk or whatever, there seems to be just barely visible part of a suit of some sort of armor, which upon further investigation turns out to be an Aztec Suit 1. It doesn't look like it has been laying there for a really long time. Looks a bit scratched up, as if something had bitten it. Bit torn up, really. Not really worth much. It's just there. But among that armor are a few different items. There is, among other things, a Frostbite Class 0 rifle, as well as a cred stick holding 290 credits.
Anything else?
What rifle?
0 rifle. It's a two-handed long arm that he keeps giving me things that I remember from the book. Or not giving me things, but giving us things.
Yeah, the rifle is a bit tuned on. The battery is like punctured and the fluid is like been spilled all over the place. The rifle itself seems intact, but it doesn't have a battery.
I mean, it's
Someone
fine.
need a level 4 rifle, D8 cold damage, range 60, daggered and critical.
I would like it.
Because I don't need it.
I mean, go for it. I do D10 with my rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, an advanced long arm.
Yep.
Is it actually?
I don't long
It's
arm.
just a.
So let's
Wait,
go.
what
It's
type
just
of
a
0
long
rifle
arm.
is it?
Yeah, it's a
The
long arm.
frostbite class.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just normal.
Right, well, someone,
Yeah, I'll
someone grab some
definitely snag the shit out of it.
I'll add the money to the pile so it can begin building up.
Do you have the carry weight for it, or is?
Oh yeah, is it
have to carry?
1 bulk?
Yeah.
Well, if Victor takes one of my rations in exchange for one of the ones he dumped on the ground, then yes.
I'll take that. Actually, I'll give it to the monkeys. Why not? Have
Give
this
what to the monkeys? More food?
more rations.
Okay. In addition to that, the new lead monkey, after his triumphant display on top of the obelisk, will scamper down, scamper up a different tree, and throw things at you. Specifically, the things he throws at you are 3 Mark II serums of healing.
Put it in the pot.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
good,
you said
monkey.
that it has no battery in it right now, the zero rifle?
Yes, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay, well, good monkey. Can I have 10 minutes to take a stamina to resolve the sculpture?
You sure can.
Cover my stamina, because
As it turns out, as long as you're in the monkey's territory, you're safe. There won't be any random things in the night harassing you.
Yes, I knew.
Let's just have a nap. Let's go to sleep. Have a good day. Good rest.
well, let's not slow down. Our suits are still depleting, guys.
No, put up the tent.
Yeah, if we put up the tent, we get those few extra hours walking tomorrow. No lost time.
We will take a rest.
I love being able to do healing and just spamming numbers and
All right, well,
not thinking about it.
back to full then.
Yep.
Right.
On day 4 in the jungle.
Yep. Certainly true.
Show us the way. Tell us.
Well,
Send one tribe of devil monkeys and saved them heroically.
oh, there you go. How much longer are we gonna go tonight? Because I am falling asleep again. Noticing.
I'm
The-
sorry,
these-
Jonas.
Like
Those-
these full-time work thing is not
Yeah.
like weekday evenings. I'm just dead.
Conducive?
Well, perhaps
also my
we
question.
will end right here. After Tantalus points out that he can, in fact, read some of the inscriptions written
Oh
on
my
the
God.
obelisk. They
Oh.
are certainly written in Elvish, bit of an older dialect that he might have some issue with, but a few minutes thinking about it, he can decipher some of it. And despite Helgrimzan thinking that this is meant for blood sacrifices, the inscriptions don't really say that. In fact, the inscription says Loskiaula, Monastery of Starsong, Embassy of the Spheres, and Temple of the 12. There are some other bits of text saying something about paying respect to something or someone, about messengers from beyond, about some sort of academy, and, in quotation marks, interpreters of the beacon. He has no idea what that means.
Sounds very mysterious.
It basically looks like this obelisk is just a signpost. You are entering this place.
Oh, it's the like welcome to the university sign.
I really build ostentations back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's elves.
Yeah,
People
ancient
know where
elves.
you
You could also give me a engineering check. Anyone would like to maybe take an educated guess what all this debris might have once been?
Nope.
Yes.
The welcome center.
Parking lot and lavatories. You're like, oh.
Yeah, Thaddeus would think that it's not exactly right that this was just a welcoming sign, this obelisk. It looks like this obelisk was part of multiple support structures that once upon a time might have supported some sort of building resting on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder where that building went. Because it's not here.
Flew away.
I mean,
Probably.
Thaddeus thinks that most of the pieces you see around here were once that building. A lot of it covered below a thick layer of fauna.
But see, that's not how you get funding for a dig site.
You imply aliens.
I mean,
It's sort of
We are-
redundant in
we-
Starfinder.
we're
No.
sort of aliens, so.
How did the ancient elves know to put stones on top of one another to make it look like a pyramid?
Mm-hmm.
How could that idea appear there
Mm-hmm.
and someplace else at the same time?
Yeah.
It's such an advanced idea as building a pile of rocks.
Aliens.
It's not
Okay.
even a pyramid, which is a rather simple structure. It's a presumably rather large building rested on top support struts, basically.
I mean, to my mind, it just means like those lizard men, they have those flying pyramid things. That's
Yes.
what this was.
Exactly. That is what that is. Star chambers.
Victor exclaims, "This was probably the lizardmen."
Ancient Vesk.
You and your weird big frog priests.
I see films of, hey, the Veskarium. Which has never been there, but the frog priests are very benevolent,
He's heard the stories.
very corpulent, and
Yes. They have small little skinks that sort of take care of them.
I think actually it's like 6-armed little those blue teddy bears.
Those things.
That they were like, oh, let us help you conquer a planet, Vesks. We're so nice, and then they just became like the little
next
guys.
time I'm gonna play one of those because they're great.
Then I can be like
tremendous.
a big Vesk with like a big gun, and then you could be my like ammo guy,
Yeah,
and then we'll like team up.
that'd be great. Totally in.
The military
Alright.
unit.
I think we could end here as you prop up your tents, being bodyguarded by monkeys.
Fill a little bit more.
And we level up, yeah?
I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. It's not entirely impossible, but unlikely.
We defeated all of those.
All those terrible monkeys.
All those.
All the Yeruks.
all the
We-
The like CR10 Yeruks, yeah.
we
Each of
defeated
those.
them. It's not about killing them.
Defeated.
To defeat
Overcoming the
yeah.
encounter. Filling a Bulette's mouth with food.
That was
That
was so
Flip
good.
it on its back and fill it with food and water, so it just drowns in it.
Yeah. Yeruks are CR8.
We
If you
could take
fought
one.
one, you would be
We
screwed,
can
I
take
think.
one.
We could take one.
One.
Actual
Wait.
economy. We could.
Do you want to try?
No.
We can go back
I
and
really
kill one
don't.
just for the hell of it.
Not
I mean-
without Teslas.
No, I mean non-canon try to fight one of those because no.
Yeah, no, I mean not without Teslas. Because
How hard are they to hit? I can take one.
You can hit him occasionally.
Come get some. Uruk
I mean,
would
sure.
die. You would
Sure.
not have a chance. How fast is he?
40 feet.
Damn it.
Christ, fast, dude.
It would be a legendary opponent.
Well, it does mean that I could kite him forever. But I
Well, while
can
I just
run.
take pot shots at
Can run one extra
250
time,
feet.
and then just like run and then shoot, and then run, and then
You run while I shoot. You'll be fine.
I would eventually whittle him down to death.
But yeah, I think we'll stop here.
I will devour his heart to gain his strength. That works in this game.
That is how it works, yeah.
That's why we get experience for killing things. It's just
It's true.
Any of you guys get anything exciting at level 4?
No. I got the same as you. A combat feat.
Hey, which one do you go for?
I don't know, man.
You're
I've been
really
thinking
running out of
about
good ones.
it. So
I only got one so far.
I got a few.
Really running out, I've got one.
Well, they're just not that good. It's like, you
They're
can
really not.
send an action to stand up after being
it's
prone.
the,
Like,
it's
wow.
the old Pathfinder philosophy where you get lots of feats, but they're not that special.
Yeah.
While in,
I mean, the normal feats are great, just not the combat feats.
no. I get an exploit and a trick, so there's some stuff.
I get another revelation, which is always good.
Yeah, I don't know what combat feat I'm going to go for.
Alright, I'm heading off then. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
And we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
Yes, I will not be here in
Sure
2
will.
weeks.
Oh, you won't be? Okay.
Oh.
I mean, as long as only one person is missing, I think that's fine.
Mhm.
But if
We need your
something
skills, though.
something
I think that's fine,
unexpected
the token
happens
is
to
here.
another one of you,
Can we still use him as a skill monkey? Otherwise, we will
yeah, yeah.
And then we got lost and died because he had a headache. So
Tell us shut down. Like,
Oh my god, did you really just link angry mooing?
I linked that like 2 hours
yeah,
ago.
that was
I
a
know.
long time ago. Alright, well, that's it for the session. I am incredibly tired. I'm gonna go and sleep. Thank you guys for watching. There will not be Out of the Abyss tomorrow.
yeah.
We'll take a break of that this week. We'll be back next week, and yeah. So see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.